Hi, welcome back, Remnant Lunar Archon RWBY Studios, session 43. It's been a while. We're here. It really hasn't been that long. We played last week, but we're chilling. Um, Having a good time, bringing in everyone. Uh, we're pretty far in. We've been a whole year since we started the campaign. Previously, started September 7th last year in the 2022 era of the world. And now I need to see who's going to give the recap. There are 4 of you, and all of you were here last session. So, Gambit, you want to recap?
Oh, that doesn't mean that I remember. Oh, okay, I think I know. So we defeated Salzander. We met up. Did what's her face? The cool hammer knight lady. She killed the other guy.
Axe, and who did she kill?
She was fighting someone while we were fighting Salzander and
Rosanna did fight Haladavar or Harold. You did not see a body.
Oh, okay. So we didn't ask.
And you haven't
asked. Cool. So after all the battle, Rosanna took us to a vault, and we got some cool stuff. And we got some cool items from Liang and Salzander. And then after that, we were escorted to the guest wing of the castle, I guess. And we decided to play a riveting and extremely competitive game of hide and go seek. And then we went to sleep, and Cedar had some dreams, and it turns out that she was being called somewhere else. And so we all gave her little gifts and trinkets to remind her that we always trust her and we're always there for her, whatever she needs to do. And in the morning, she left and we all cried. Something like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty much it. We'll miss our friend.
Mm-hmm.
She has
something to do. Yep. Cedar has
places to be.
Something she has to do. She's been called somewhere else, and a green bird with antlers has promised to look after you all in her stead. Well, promised her that it was going to look after you all. Y'all have no idea about the green bird with antlers.
The only thing that I want to know about is whether or not we still have our little fairy dragon friend.
Whether or not you have Izu hanging out somewhere.
Did he play hide and go seek, and was he heartbroken that we didn't find him because he was invisible the whole time?
Who knows? Maybe he's been heartbroken and he's leaving you all forever. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's still hiding.
You know, maybe that could be our NPC party member, or
I don't do NPCs. An NPC can hang out with the party. I don't really do DM NPCs. Not really my thing.
Or, that's the new PC.
And if we get a person that wants to be a fairy dragon with the stat block, sure, they could be Izu. But I have a feeling that's not going to be the case. It's y'all wake up, y'all have escorted Cedar out, and I believe it's ultimately up to y'all. What do you want to do? It is the morning, 9 a.m., Sunday the 23rd of April, in the year 417, post-schism. The world is yours. It does not immediately appear, unless I'm incorrect, that y'all have any pressing time issues now that you've... Well, except for, the drug problem back in Gist, but that's a different story. But y'all don't have any on a timer thing.
It's part of the same story.
It's true, it's part of the same long story. But y'all don't currently have a deadline, per se. So whether or not y'all want to stay in town, oversee whoever's going to be the next lord, y'all had voiced that you want to do an election of some kind, whether or not y'all are going to leave the town to do that, or say, hey, Rosanna, can you handle this, and then leave, or whether or not y'all are going to stay in town for a month. That's up to y'all. What do y'all want to do? This can be as role-played or not as y'all want. If y'all want to just say, all right, we're going to say goodbye and start prepping and leaving. Or y'all can do individual stuff if you have places you want to go, things you want to do. I know one of you has a commissioned magic item, I believe. But now that I think about it, I don't know if I ever wrote the specifics of.
Gambit does not want to get involved in politics.
Neither
But-
does Thicket.
He'll stay if the party needs to. He's just not gonna get involved because, being wanted and all that sort of stuff.
I mean,
Oh, go ahead, Doug.
I was going to say we basically got things that would help us, so I don't see any reason of sticking around.
Yeah, and who are we to tell these people how to run their town, country thing?
And I think we also maybe decided to kind of keep ourselves under the radar.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was another sword and another possible bad guy in Coral. Is that right? Do I remember that correctly?
Nice.
It was Nace. Oh, okay.
So
Coral, y'all don't know basically anything about. All you know is that the person that rules over Coral, which is one of the 4 major cities, is a bard. That's basically all of the information you've gathered about Coral.
there was a library in. Where's the map?
So go ahead and reshare it.
It was start with a
Especially
V.
if y'all are bailing and letting Rosanna and
Oh, lovely.
Bale figure out what's going on, then y'all can leave and let them do as they will. Are you going to instruct them, hey, we really think y'all should do an election, or just let them handle it? Y'all voice an interest in an election, but if y'all aren't there to handle it, I don't know if y'all are going to want to enforce them doing that.
Garon would suggest it.
I have bad news. I'm not in Fantasy Grounds. It says that my username is already being used.
Well, I will see if I can kick you off.
Well, yeah, so Garon would just, while you're doing that, Garon would suggest that they tried to hold a vote and that the two of them work together in some fashion because they both genuinely care about the town. And hopefully that will be enough to get them to work together.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, ultimately, like, as long as they're not doing anything horrible and destroying people, I mean, whatever. We find out that you turned out to be just as bad or worse than the other guy. Well, don't worry, we'll be back for you too.
Yeah, we'll be back to handle it.
And okay, then if there's nothing really super going on in Coral, like, because like Garon was thinking, like, if there is someone in Coral, then let's just take a boat from Sheer to Coral. But if not, then I think we can head up to Delta and then go to Vane.
I would like for y'all to make a persuasion check for the democracy idea. See if they actually do it when you leave.
Everybody?
Okay, we're going to do the group roll thing. So y'all pick one person who's going to be the main person, and then 2 other people will roll checks as well, and if they get above a certain threshold, it'll get a bonus to the person. If they get below, it will give them negative to the person. So who do y'all want to help?
Persuasion?
Yeah, it's persuasion.
Yeah.
I have +1. So
Negative.
not me.
Wow, it would be sure great to see what I could.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to kick you off.
No, it's okay.
We can wait a second.
I
It's cool.
think it's plus. I think I have like a +7 or something to persuasion. I can't remember if it's persuasion or
Let's see if I can
deception.
grab Gambit.
Yeah, I've released Gambit. The thing is, if it still says that Jocelyn area is connected, go into your task manager and see if
I
there's a
got Gambit.
Go into your task manager and see if there's a background version of Fantasy Grounds you can turn off.
Gambit has +10 to persuasion.
Haha.
Nice.
that
Mine's only
one-
8.
So
So
Yeah,
so
pretty
I
impressive.
see
It's Gambit have a +10. Did he really? Was that one of your?
expertise.
That was one
It's
of your
got
Ah.
2 stars
expertise.
next to it.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
one of your
it's
expertise choices. You chose Persuasion, Sleight of Hand, Stealth, and Thieves' Tools because you got a second set of expertise at level 6. So
Nice.
he's chilling.
Let's see.
So I'll be assisting because I'm at +8. So
Okay, who else is assisting Gambit? Yeah, it sounded like it wasn't Doug.
Nope.
Should it be Maverick or Thicket?
I think it can try.
No.
Does that mean he'll roll?
Grant has a +8, doesn't he?
yeah.
Oh wait, no,
Yes.
it's just a straight.
But 2
Yeah.
people have to help. Well, considering Maverick has a +0, then
Oh,
we'll do Thicket.
yeah.
And well, I guess okay. Let me put it this way: who's
What
the
about
most?
Doug?
Which characters are the most intent about urging them to be democratic? Does Thicket care?
Thicket wants to not have to deal with a tyrant again. So, yes.
Technically, we're asking them to be a republic.
No.
A democracy means everybody gets a vote, and therefore 51% decide what happens to the other 49.
That's true. This would be a democratic republic, but yeah.
Unity playback engine.
Okay, so Thicket is. Does Doug care that much? Does Gambit care that much?
Uh,
Maverick
Gambit
doesn't care.
cares.
All right, so Garand and Thicket will be the assisting people, and then Gambit will be the primary. Did you find if there was a taskmaster thing, Jocelyn?
Yes, it says. Hold on, I just closed it out.
Okay, so
um,
Garand is
It's
going to
pretty
give
awesome.
+2.
no, there's nothing.
Gambit.
Should I roll for Gambit?
There's
First roll for Thicket. We have to see if Thicket can give a bonus or a negative. There's nothing in
I
Taskmaster
don't
that
know what
says
happened, but everything went really
Mm-mm.
robotic.
probably loading error for a second. You back?
I am.
Okay.
Do I need to roll for Gambit?
You need to roll for Thicket first.
Oh, okay.
Because Thicket's and his sister.
Gets rolling persuasion.
Yep.
Okay.
Any luck finding it, Jocelyn?
It doesn't say anything. When I close Fantasy Grounds, everything goes out. And when I have it open, it says I have Fantasy Grounds running and Unity playback engine.
So, do you have your Taskmaster up on your computer?
Yes.
Okay. And
Task Manager.
yeah, the Task Manager.
Yeah.
Can you find and stop the Fantasy Grounds program?
Yes.
Yeah. Stop all versions of Fantasy Grounds on there, active and non-active if possible. We'll see if it can. Does Thicket want to use the birthday inspiration to reroll or save it for later?
I thought I didn't have birthday inspiration.
All right, you
anymore.
used it last time during something. I think you used it during hide and seek, maybe. You're good, Grant. In that case,
I don't
roll
remember.
roll for Gambit with a +1 bonus.
It's close.
Gambit +1. Persuasion. 23.
All right, 23. Are y'all going to give them any particulars, or just say y'all should elect someone? Or say this is how you should set up the government? Because they do have to have one person that is the lead and is an official lord, because of the way Vacuo's government system works. But y'all could try and do specific stuff beneath that, like try to say, oh, and they have a council or this or that.
I think giving Homegirl a really high title and making Bale the face because he's more charismatic, it seems like, is the way to go. So effectively, she would be like like it'd be like title is like High Lady, whatever her name is. I forgot, and I apologize.
Rosanna.
That's Chris. Rosanna. Okay. High Lady Rosanna, Lord Captain of the Sheeran Army or the Sheeran Guard or whatever. Some like very very like super fluff title. Advisor to Lord Bale kind of thing. Like, right hand person. And effectively, she would be at every like thing. So that they can work together to really rebuild the city the way that both the citizens and they see fit. And since she already knows like the combat side of it, like this way she doesn't have to worry about being as political as a person who already has the aspiration to do so. And she doesn't have to be tempted like her friends, and in case that was ever an issue for her. So that way she can be confident in her capabilities without having to worry about balancing something that's maybe more foreign to her.
So, are y'all instilling Rosanna and Bale, or are y'all having them be part of the election and then saying y'all should do that if you win?
Yeah, that's my aim, is that's the ticket that they should run. Because I don't think that anybody's going to beat the two of them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whereas if they split the vote, maybe a third person would be able to win. So.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
Trust someone on both sides.
They would be happy to run together because
Bale
Bale's happy to help out, but he doesn't want to lead. And Rosanna's happy to
Oh.
lead. She doesn't mind it. It's
Oh,
not
okay,
like her biggest deal, but she will happily serve the people. Is kind of her main goal. And if that means she's in charge, then she's in charge. But Bale will happily help.
I thought it was the other way.
No, Bale doesn't want to lead. He does not have the self-confidence to do so.
He just didn't want a bad dude running.
Correct.
Well, then, yeah, switch that.
Any luck, Jason?
I restarted my computer, and it's still saying username already in use.
Okay. Here's what
You want us all to drop out? We'll all leave?
At one point?
I'm
How did we
gonna...
get that resolved?
What was that?
Didn't this happen to Jack at one point? How did we get that resolved?
I don't know. I'm gonna kick y'all all out and close the program and start it again.
I can start my entire computer.
Should have kicked you all out.
Let me know when y'all are supposedly back in.
I'm trying.
Wait a second for me to open it, and then I'll let you know when it opens on my side, and I can throw you into it.
Yep,
Okay.
it's red dot because it's not open yet.
I have a green dot.
Mine is green now. I
Oh.
closed Fantasy Grounds and reopened it.
It'll turn green once it is open enough that it can technically try to process requests for y'all to join, and it'll join as I do. But wait a second just for it to open all the way. Just in case that has any effect. Well, are there any other requests for the democracy?
Claude.
You want Claude to run? Claude wants to go with y'all, which also, eventually y'all would realize that y'all left Claude at the inn. Fortunately, nothing bad happened while you were gone. There was potential for bad stuff to happen, but I made a few rolls and it didn't, so good job.
So, you know how Jackie is learning traits and abilities, correct? Right?
Learning commands, yeah.
Can my magnetism and telekinetic stuff be used to help Claude aid in combat in some way?
If he had the right material, yes, but currently Claude is made of wood. Gemstone. So there is nothing on Claude that would actually be affected by your semblance.
Or I meant more of like getting him to aid and giving us advantage on rolls or disadvantage on
Getting him to learn more combat capabilities.
Yeah, just like tilting the scale by like moving someone's hand oh so slightly or something.
Potentially. I mean, he could learn to do that. He does want a more stable body because currently he could a good axe hit and he is immobilized. But he's interested in that. Like in lore during some of these long rests, he's been talking with Maverick about building him effectively an animated armor to control. Y'all can now join the Fantasy Grounds.
I mean, we could probably talk to Claude about downgrading until we can get something better, and then he can just aid whoever he's being warned by.
Potentially. You could potentially do that, like use telekinesis to try to aid in combat. Though you will need to do a persuasion check because he does like his body. So once we get Fantasy Grounds all the way back open, we'll do a persuasion check. Y'all should be able to join now. It should be working.
Mine is loading.
Yep.
Mine is also loading.
Mine is also loading. Acquiring file list currently. Don't you just love a good technical difficulty? Love a good technical difficulty, YouTube.
Yay!
If there's any, I mean,
So, lovely weather we're having.
Yeah.
honestly, yes, it's been cool and it's been great. So happy with the weather.
It finally didn't go above 60 today.
Woo.
It went above 60 where I am, but it was still nice.
Yeah, it did. It got a little bit warm in the noon time, but it cooled back down.
You know, I'm remembering one of our former members and it being like the weather where they were.
Didn't they say it was very cold? I don't remember.
Yeah. I just couldn't imagine snow all the time.
I can. I legit, if I can't believe I said legit. I feel so terrible. My life is dying.
That was legitness.
Oh, kill me, shoot me. Find a gun and shoot. Anyway, if I didn't have family in the state that I live in, I would move to Alabama, or I would move to Alaska. If I didn't have a reason to stay where I am, I would move to Alaska.
For 6 months of nighttime?
I'm down for that.
Also 6 months of daytime.
I'm down for that. Moose
Just
hunting.
go to
Said just go to Seattle.
Hello, Seattle.
Get 6 months of rain time.
Solid choice.
Yeah, but I mean, at least you get some part of night, and like it doesn't go sunset until like after midnight, you know?
That's fair.
Or you could go to some place near the equator to where it's decent weather year round.
Well, that's the thing is, I actually do like cold weather. I would
Oh,
not
I agree.
mind the cold weather of Alaska. Whereas the
Like,
equator can get quite warm.
Yeah, I'm a lot more productive in the winter for some reason. But there are some places near the equator to where it's like 70 year round.
Let's see. Having any luck connecting, Jocelyn?
It's still loading.
But hey, it didn't say that you're already in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So what are these star things like on our like character icons?
Ah, that's your inspiration. Or your hero points. How many you have left.
I see.
That's how I can tell at a glance if someone hasn't used theirs.
Okay.
So, for example, right now, y'all should all get one because it's beginning of session. So if you haven't got one, Doug would be at full, Garand would be at 2, etc.
Oh, well, I added one, so I'm at 2.
Nice.
Because yeah, I was like, what does this mean? Second player? Like, what is this?
Nah.
Jason, you might want to try closing Fantasy Grounds and reopening. I just did that, and it's finally actually doing something with the loading screen.
Okay. Yay.
Yeah, I did that twice.
Listen.
It sounds like it's Fantasy Grounds problem.
Yeah, it's probably a bug with the update, but
But you know, that Roll20 also had terrible with their upgrade.
Roll20 got an upgrade recently that has a lot of bugs.
Or maybe this was a year ago. Anyway, there was some stream I was watching, or YouTube. It was live, but now it's on YouTube. And they were talking about the glitches of the upgrade.
I'm in.
I'm
Yes.
Huzzah.
I'm in!
Woohoo!
Yay!
I need to, for some reason. Oh, I know why.
And before 8 o'clock, we did it!
Okay, so I'm gonna clear.
Woo!
For some reason, Jocelyn had control of Bob, and Maury had
Oh,
control.
Bob! Give me Bob! Give me
No,
Bob!
Bob
No!
belongs in a gutter.
I have
That's
Bob!
maybe why. That's
We
maybe
love
why
you,
Jason
Bob.
couldn't log in.
Maybe it was Bob.
No! Bob's gone!
Oh, question.
Select your actual character, not Bob.
Oh.
Can
Bob
Maverick
should be- Yeah.
shield?
What's that?
Can Maverick give me his old shield?
I guess you can use it. Sure. I'll be using this new one, and I'll be using as he pulls up a separate gauntlet piece. Planning on using adding my protective magic to this to take the place of the shield, since I can't use my magic on the shield since it's magic already. But yeah, be able to have the old shield, unless you really want the magic. But I also want the magic. I like making myself impossible to kill.
Yeah, I also want to make myself a little bit harder to hit. So
I will throw the regular old shield into your inventory.
thanks. Because since I now have this handy dandy new weapon, it is one-handed.
True. So, on that side, you'll have made your persuasion. Rosanna and Bale have agreed to put on over the course of the next month, probably, have a election. A couple weeks of prep and organization, and finally have the actual election itself. Give time for themselves and any other candidates who want to run to, be candidates. So that is scheduled. If I can get the calendar open. They're going to schedule that for May 31st to give them just over a month to prepare.
Alright, so I suppose we need to figure out exactly what we want to do. I know we were trying to get somewhere for Doug to be able to fix the other weapon that we found back when our wizard friend was still with us, before she went on more of a learning opportunity. I forget where that was, where we're supposed to go with that.
I know Vane was like the library where we could get information on all of them.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I think the original idea was, yes, Vane, then to Vacuo, then to Tough, and then back to heading southward again, to Nace.
What was that, Vacuo?
I think it was just the fact that it was the major city, just to kind of
Weren't we trying to find like a blacksmith or something for Doug's sword?
Right. That's
Was that here?
no. I don't think it was here. I honestly don't remember though. It's been a while.
Have we checked the blacksmith here?
Y'all have not? At least not that I'm aware of.
We can do
Was
that on
there
the
a
way out, I
blacksmith here?
suppose.
Hmm?
Is there a blacksmith here?
Yeah, there's blacksmith. There are several blacksmiths in the city.
Wait, I think I asked Rosanna about the white memory or ivory.
You were informed that it would be it's unlikely to find any in the city, just because of how rare a material it is. If you want to figure out where to get some, the person in Vane might know. What is her title? In Vane. Where are you? There you are. Lord Librarian Sasha Hellion might know where to find it.
What was that name?
Lord Librarian Sasha Hellion. I will put it in the session highlights.
What a title.
Sasha.
I love it already.
Librarian. They're either going to be like the coolest person on the earth or like a complete snob.
For
Maybe
real.
both.
Mm.
Lord Librarian Sasha Hellion.
In Gambit's
It's
opinion,
like
you
a-
cannot be a snob and a totally chill person.
But you've told
There's
us
like a quote from Parks and Rec that's like, she's like the worst person I've ever met. I want to travel the world with her.
I think y'all did look around for memory iron and couldn't find any. Y'all were, however, informed both by Cedar, because she knew, as well as by Rosanna, that the best blacksmiths in all of Vacuo are in Basalt, where they
That's what it was.
smith by the flame, by the heat of the lava from the volcano.
So we should just like go up to Vane and then to Basel.
Y'all could go using the Doug figure here as a stand-in. I don't know what happened to the Gambit figure, but it's not there anymore. If y'all were to follow the roads, you would effectively come along this way to Vane, and then y'all could go straight over the hills and through the untraveled, well, not untraveled, but unmarked territory over straight to Basalt, or you could follow the bridges, get to Vacuo, follow along the river, and get up to Basalt.
And then make our way.
And then, of course, assuming you wanted to, you could make your way back down via Tough or Coquina, your choice. Which Coquina is where the Orange Sun is based, to Gosen, and then to Nace. And then I think y'all said after that you could go back away to Schist, check on Schist, and then maybe Keenite. Y'all wanted to follow that. Yeah, just hit most of the major spaces, leave. And heck, if y'all wanted to go straight from where you were in Nace down to Reef and Tecton, maybe Lahar, or if you wanted to go...
Beef.
Or if you wanted to go from Schist to then go on a boat to Lahar, because Lahar is where, supposedly, unless someone told you a lie, which you don't think that Uldrathel told you a lie, that is where Gorwyn Everstar is in charge, is in Lahar. So, I don't know if y'all want to go there. Do you want to give a visit to Garon's family?
Everstar?
Evanstar.
Yeah, my uncle.
His uncle.
You said
Evanstar.
Everstar.
Did I say Everstar?
Is
I
it-
meant Evanstar.
Uncle, like a bad dude?
My impression is that he's going to try to use Garand. So not necessarily bad, but selfish.
Uldrathel did mention, just to echo the exact sentiment, that he seems to have, if not an obsession, at least a very large intent or opinion of dynasties and passing down power. So who knows? Maybe even have a cousin there. You don't know. You barely know that Gorwyn exists. You knew that your mom was taking you there.
Yeah.
But that's about it. That and what people have told you is all you know about him. So
Yeah, at this point, Gron is like, let me help restore and stabilize the region. Let me help my friends do what they want to accomplish, and then maybe after everything else, then maybe I can go
maybe we'll go say hi to
resolve
Uncle.
this because, yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, question.
Answer.
What didn't we find out something about Dyke?
Dyke. Where's Dyke?
I know it was in the letter.
Which letter?
The one for the brother of his sister's husband was killed.
Linnea's brother. So the letters to Linnea. Let me find that parcel.
Something was mentioned about Dyke.
Which actually, now that y'all know a bit more, it may be worth looking at these letters again.
Are those letters in our in this place somewhere we can look at?
I don't know if y'all still have them in your inventories or not. If they're in anyone's inventory, I believe it was Gambit's inventory. So if you want to check that again, or I can throw the entire parcel into the party inventory for y'all to look at, and I can delete them later.
What do I have?
Yeah,
Sorry.
You have the letters.
I have the
Linnea?
Sister Warren's dossier, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that Gambit has the.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
dossier.
Yeah, I will. If anyone wants to look at it, those letters, Gambit will let them see it. I don't know if I can do that.
Sure. I mean, you can move them into different things. I can also go ahead and share specifically the letter you're talking about, the letter from the House of the Rising. What you found out is the House of the Rising Prince. The House of the RP. Is what y'all heard Rosanna describe it, or call it.
And that was
I'm
what
sorry,
we
not
just
Rising,
defeated, right?
Rightful. Yes, the House of the Rightful Prince, with effectively Selxander calling himself the rightful Prince of Vacuo.
Oh, never mind. Maybe that wasn't the letter. I remember something about Dyke though, or maybe
there is a reference to Dyke in there. That the resources that he wanted diverted from, he wanted Coquinia, Keenite, Coral, Calcite, Dyke, and Basalt for the important resources from there to be diverted to Sheer, Delta, Reef, Gosen, Nace. Yeah, those places.
Okay.
What y'all found out effectively.
So we don't know anything other than that about Delta or Dyke.
I think someone mentioned, so I don't feel a problem saying this, that Dyke does have a rather large natural lycanthropy population. Not a cursed lycanthropy. It's not by striking each other. By the classical werewolf claws you potentially might be a lycan. But by the natural method, whereby when lycans have children, there is a chance that they become natural lycans, which have typically full control over their transformations. So apparently there's the largest lycanthropy population in the world is at Dyke.
Oh, so like that one, hold on.
And where did Bell say he was from?
Bale said he was in the mountains to the west. Is where his father's castle was.
So, Basalt, maybe, or Dyke?
Either to the west, based on where he described, it is likely in the mountains around Basalt or the mountains around Coquinia. You could ask for specifics if you'd like, but all he described it as the mountains to the west.
Okay, so vampires are at Basalt and werewolves are at Dyke. Got it.
Well, what's left of a vampire might be at one of those locations. It might be near Basalt. Because he did kill his father.
With the letter, one of those is Delta.
Yeah.
So there was a reason why we were going to Delta. So that means that when we get there, we might have to clear out a remnant of, loyal followers or whatever. So Yeah, let's make sure we're not leaving any loose ends. We wouldn't want our new friends to be hindered so quickly.
All right. So y'all are going on a war path now to remove all potential spies. It sounds like.
Yes,
We're not going to Vane?
well,
Yeah.
we are.
But Delta's on the way.
Sounded like y'all wanted to go to Delta, which is at a
Oh.
crossroads in the water.
We also want to avoid any like thunderstorm giraffes along the way.
Those are you were told that the Terror of the Wastes is typically only in the desert area. That he's not, or at least you were told that people have seen him wandering around the desert. So maybe he does wander around the grasslands, but y'all are about to pass into a different part of the country. Into entire different weather. Into an area where it's still very unlikely, but it's at least more likely that Thicket's going to get lost. Not very
It's
likely.
More likely?
It's more likely
It's more
by
likely?
a few points, because you're more likely to get lost in foothills than you are in deserts.
Well,
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Can we
because you have an easier time keeping track of directions in deserts compared to the different weather patterns of foothills.
can
But
we
as
take
long
care?
as you stay near the water, you're fine. Yeah, sorry.
Can we take care of this Weedle problem that Sheer has to the east first?
You said Weedle? Oh, yeah, the Weedle. Not Weedle from Pokemon, but a Weetle.
Or is that Coral's southern problem?
I think that's the southern coral problem. So if you want to try to take on a giant Weetle, that is approximately
400 square miles.
let's see. So it's 6 times 24, so approximately 140 miles across or so.
And I mean now Gambit has wings, so it could just be an air battle.
Yeah, between him and a 140 mile across giant thing. I don't even know what a Weedle is, if it's a monster or not, but it certainly is a thing.
Something that cute can't possibly be a bad guy.
Of course, maybe he's just chilling in the ocean. Maybe you don't have to kill him. So is that the path y'all want to take? Are there any edits to the path? Or are y'all
Sounds good to me.
trying to take the road up to Vane via Delta? It appears that at one point, one of you wants to take a detour and go from the middle of the path to Vane all the way back down to Schist and back up.
Wait, what?
Someone
I think that was
moved it to where, for some reason, someone apparently wants to go a long distance.
So that's either a thicket trick or...
And let's see, it is 120, so divide that by 5. Brain no function. 60? 60 days travel, approximately.
120 divided by 2 is 60. 120 divided by 5 is... not 60.
It's not 60.
25. No. 18.
6,
No.
7, 9, 10, 11, 12,
No.
13, 14,
24?
15,
24.
16,
24.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21,
Oh,
22,
yeah,
23,
24.
24 days.
I didn't realize I was on mute. I was saying it the whole time.
I can't do math. I'm an accounting
just
major
sleepy.
and I can't do math.
I apparently I'm sweepy, just like my kiddos.
Horrible.
That took me a while.
Anywho, though,
So we're taking the route to
Yeah.
Delta?
That's the question. Do you want to take that route? Do you want to take any other routes? Do you want to follow along the road? Y'all want to
Sounds good to me.
take a boat up the river, which would likely require either magic or having an animal pull the boat from the shore, because that's actually a thing you can do, is you can have animals pull boats up upstream. It's a neat little thing that's been going on for a couple of thousand.
Oh no.
That's 4 hours of thicket a day. That would change this 24-day trek to a 50-day trek. You'll have 0 mules right now.
Could we capture a
What
Weedle
happened?
boat?
We gave our mule to Cedar.
You gave your mule to Cedar, and your other one died on the way to Sheer.
Mhm.
Rest in peace.
You'll have a cart, you'll have barrels of water, which you'll actually need less water once you get out of the desert heat.
I heard my name.
Yeah, they were saying you should turn into an animal and pull a boat upstream so that the party can ride in a boat. It was
What
mostly a
living
joke.
animals can I turn into? That is the question, actually.
I think, well, you can turn into aquatic animals, so technically you could, like, pull
Yeah.
in the water, but you're still going to be swimming upstream with a boat. It would not be the
Would-
fastest thing, unless you can find something else to pull you as well.
Does anyone have polymorph?
Not yet. I think y'all are 1 level away from 4th level spells, so potentially soon. Potentially soon.
Yeah, we
So-
are fairly close to
I
Thicket
can turn
being
into a reef
ridiculous.
shark.
Nope, that's not a river shark. If there was a river shark,
A
we'd be
reef
A-okay. But a reef shark is not gonna do well in the river.
I can turn into a crocodile.
That'd work, but it's only for a few hours of time.
Yeah, it still would
Yeah,
only
I
be
think we're just
for
gonna have
3
to
hours.
get
Oh, right. Thicket can now be an animal for up to 3 hours twice a day. So actually, depending on how y'all did it, with the right kind of boat,
6 hours.
you could do it. You could have Thicket pull everyone on a boat. If he takes a short 2-hour rest every 6 hours, to then do a
That
total
sounds
of
like
12 hours of work a day to have y'all move, that you could.
It would cut off the time to get there, like
But
kind of
also,
dramatically. In fact,
does Thicket want
Would it
to?
though? A crocodile only swims 30 feet a turn.
When you're
it's still
going
based on 30
20
feet.
miles a day, it starts to matter less.
What is
I
Gam?
mean, it would probably be faster to just walk on the side of the river instead of having me pull everyone.
I mean,
probably.
we could technically have Gambit in the air.
You could also
Pulling-
change your mind when you get to Delta, because that is at a river crossroads.
Yeah.
To change your mind.
Let's hope they have a crafting table. Everyone got their wood planks.
I just need to change this days since Minecraft reference to 0.
Hey, I think that might have been the first Minecraft reference in this entire campaign.
This is actually true. We've referenced it very rarely. I think we've referenced creepers a couple of times. But yeah, what do
Have
y'all?
we?
I think so. I know we definitely mentioned it when y'all
Minecraft's
asked if
gonna be
y'all could make TNT by putting sand and gunpowder on a table to blow up the roof in Sheer when y'all wanted to do that distraction so you could kill Rosanna. I remember that. That was a thing. But y'all, since y'all didn't do, I just want to remark, I'm pretty sure Maverick still has a barrel of gunpowder.
Oh,
No, Thicket has it. It's in the portable hole.
Thicket has a barrel
Yeah.
of gunpowder in the portable hole.
We just have a ton of gunpowder chilling
Here.
in the hole.
You have a
'Cause
bomb.
Let us-
we all agreed it would be safer to keep the gunpowder in the portable hole instead of
This
just
is
in a barrel.
this is what we'll do. We'll get into a cannon and just use the gunpowder to launch us all
To shoot you
into
all the way there.
all the way to Delta.
Yep, because that's how
Or-
that works.
Like we're Mario, we'll just skip to the
Yeah.
next world.
Or if
Yeah.
Basalt is overran by vampires, we just tell the villagers to escape, and then we use the barrel against the volcano and just drown the whole place in
Hey.
lava.
And
Just burn that entire
cause
forest.
Pompeii.
I have an idea.
Molten
I have an
lava.
idea.
Burn the
I
entire
have-
forest down. Do that.
What is your idea?
Let's read.
Well,
Here,
it would be a control burn.
Everyone quiet. Gambit has an idea.
I have an idea. What if we, because I'm sure like merchants travel from Sheer and to Delta often. What if we offer ourselves an adventuring party as a security detail, and we can travel to Delta, and we can hit a part of our agreements is that they help us transport our stuff. So like, and then we can make some money, and we can go to have our stuff transported.
That's actually really smart.
Thanks. I
Sounds like
watched
my
too much
old job.
isekai anime.
That response is that's
What anime
Thanks.
inspired this?
Isekai, like every single isekai.
That's true.
They at the beginning levels, they're like, oh, we'll help you. They either get transported by adventurers or they are the ones transporting the merchants.
Transportering.
Transporting. Listen, it's been a long day.
Oh, you good? So is that the plan? Are y'all gonna look around Sheer and see if you can get some people to hang out with on the ride to Delta, and then decide if you're gonna try to go by boat? Because who knows? Maybe there's even a ferry system. Maybe there's not a ferry system. I don't know.
We could also tell them that we can have them transport more per load by using our portable hull, so that way they can do a lot more in less time.
The portable hull can hold a lot, but not that much.
Yeah. Yeah, and we don't want to put like something that could potentially set off the gunpowder, like destroy all of our stuff, or worst case scenario, kill Gambit.
Or
I mean,
your items
you're
all
thinking-
mixed up.
yeah.
Oh, I mean, not if it's like a truckload of like cabbages.
Yeah,
Like
but I don't
cabbages.
trust cabbages. They are accident prone for
That's
some
why
reason.
the
Yes.
portable hull.
But what if they suddenly become alive and eat all of our stuff?
Oh, that's also
I think
true.
we should just leave this alone.
Yeah, haha.
So yes, I think that's the best idea, is to look around Sheer for offering our service.
Hitchhiking.
It's mutually beneficial hitchhiking. Hitchhiking with benefits.
Hitchhiking plus.
And we also have some decoys if we run into enemies.
We do?
I mean,
We're not using the merchants as decoys. That's like the opposite of what we're trying to do.
Oh.
Of course we would defeat the enemy before they were injured, but they could take a hit or two.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
I mean, we have
Are you sure about that?
The commoner has the average of 5 to 8 hit points.
see, just one hit. That's all we need.
Do you know how expensive it is to resurrect people? Super expensive. Let's not play around with that.
That's what Thicket's berries are for.
We only have 1 diamond.
I don't think a berry is gonna help.
I cannot revive people with the good berries. Believe me, I tried.
You also currently have no one who knows a resurrection spell of any kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
RIP
So I
Cedar.
don't think Thicket can get Revivify, and Maverick's not at that level yet.
So we're going to. Is there like a guild or something, or like we can go to like the merchant area and be like, hey, free services, not free services, but like services.
Trade offer.
Yeah.
There's a market, pretty major one. There is also doing some deliveries, both in terms of merchant deliveries as well as primarily mail, as Darvishi couriers, who you've already been interacted with quite a few times.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if y'all just look around trying to find a group of merchants who are planning to head that way, someone make an investigation check.
Wait, I don't remember if I'm good or bad at those. Let me see.
I don't know. Check
I'm
your
bad
thing.
at them.
Bad at those.
I'm got 0.
You're on, just good at them.
Yeah. I'm
It
gonna
would take
check.
you
Can I check just because I feel like Gambit would?
You can roll
Check.
it if you want, but you have success.
Can I
now.
do perception?
No.
Pretty please?
No.
With a cherry on top?
No. Rather difficult. Like, unless you can give me a good reason why perception makes sense over investigation for trying to figure out which people are trying to find
Because
adventurers.
Thicket always has his head in the clouds and is just like observing everything all the time.
That doesn't make him good at figuring out how humans interact and what they desire.
Oh, Doug's an expert at that. Can he do sleight of hand and just take more?
Steal stuff from someone? No. I mean, you can if you want to steal some stuff from someone, but it's
No,
not
no.
going to find you a job.
Sleight of hand, like for help.
What?
Yeah, just
What?
I don't understand what you desire here.
A sleight of helping hand?
A
He
sleight of...
wants
Yeah.
to scam. He wants to scam somebody.
Clearly, I think that's just a Jack thing. He wants to kill a merchant somehow. I think
No,
that's
no.
his plan.
it's impersonate. Like you just sleight of hand. Like someone just gets hired. You see the interaction, and you just.
Would that be deception?
I mean, true, but you have to do sleight of hand first to get rid of the other person or tie them up
Oh.
at least.
You mean kill them?
You mean stealth?
I mean, Doug's not a murderer. He'll at least just tie them up.
I'm not a bad guy.
I mean, I only kill for the money. I don't kill for fun.
I just washed my hands, that's why they're wet. No other reason.
Did we find somebody with a 22?
I'm rolling percentage chance that there is a group leaving. Because you do find the group. Unfortunately, as you do eventually find that there are some different caravans that are willing to pay for adventure protection, an amount for y'all to work them, as well as them, help provide food, travel, as well as their rather experienced guides to get you from one place to another. Unfortunately, the next group that is going is traveling all the way to Vane, but they're not leaving until Thursday the 27th. 4 days.
And
from
how
now.
How
many-
many days?
4 days.
4
from now.
days?
So if y'all want to wait 4 days, you can go with this group, or you can.
Oh, I need to wait for my snow globe!
We're waiting 4 days. I mean, we could do
When
some
did they
with some
say my snow
downtime.
globe would be ready?
Sunday. I think
So we'd have to wait anyways, right?
today is Sunday.
Oh.
Oh, never mind.
I'm
I mean-
my snow globe!
It's up to you guys. It's like whatever.
Could we do odd end jobs for a few days to rack up a little extra gold?
What kind of odd end jobs are you looking for?
Like, I don't know,
Assassination.
ridding pests, like infestations of weedles.
Beetle infestation.
You guys are on one tonight.
They really are on something. I don't know what they're on, but it's something for
Uh,
sure.
Lack of ADHD meds.
Wine.
Drax.
I mean, does shear have like sheep that need to be sheared, or like
No.
wool?
They live in the desert.
You can still have sheep in desert.
This is true.
I could be a sheep.
The shear? It's definitely not a infinite money D&D infinite money glitch I thought I'd ever hear, but I guess it is one.
Wool.
What happens to the hair of a wild-shaped person after you've shaved them?
I don't know.
Oh,
This is
no.
never a question I thought I would have to answer. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
here we are.
I mean, I don't think it would affect
This
the
is the
normal.
information we really need in D&D.
Mhm.
I mean,
Let me
legitimately
see.
speaking,
Is there a
you're
sheep that I can transform
Here,
into.
here's the thing, right? Like you take damage, right? Let's say you take damage as a sheep. Then you take enough damage and you're no longer a sheep. Then any damage above that is fine. But you're not taking any damage
I can
whatsoever.
be a pony.
So
We can do pony rides.
Oh,
could do
yeah,
pony
let's
rides.
do it. Let's do it. Okay. Gambit
let's do
and Thicket are
carnival.
going to do pony rides.
Doug can juggle.
Okay, I will,
We'll be
will-
party planners. We can throw kids' birthday parties, and I can be the pony.
yeah. Or we could just, like, set up an area and be like, hey, look, pony rides. How much would you, what should it cost to ride? Like, one
mean-
gold.
No.
couple silver.
That's like way too much. Like you want it to be accessible. So like
Yeah.
maybe like a silver, maybe. But
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what
you
I'm
know.
thinking.
and
A
then
silver,
um
and then we ask for a tip.
if Doug is juggling, I can also be playing music, and we can make it like a whole thing.
Mhm.
One moment.
All right, let's do it.
I can turn into a flying snake. What is that? What is
A flying snake. A snake with wings.
Sorry, I needed to get my player's handbook.
It has a fly speed of 60 feet.
Who?
Whoa.
A flying snake.
A
I
flying
can't
snake?
turn into it because it flies.
Yeah, it's a
but-
flying snake. Of course it can fly.
You're level 6. You're level 6. Isn't that when you get flight?
Eight.
No, that's level 8.
Oh, my bad.
I could turn into a diseased giant rat.
Oh.
Why would you do that?
Hey,
Bye.
we could fake a plague and offer immunization.
Oh no.
Let's
no,
not
no,
do
no,
that.
no,
We're
no.
gonna stick with the pony rides. Let's not do insurance
no.
fraud.
Yeah, I don't want any kind of like. I'm okay with shenanigans. I'm not okay with extraneous
Mis-
dangerous
yeah.
shenanigans.
Felonies.
Or scams. We're not in the business of scamming people.
All right, let's scam people with ponies.
It's not a scam.
It's not a scam.
Well,
it's
kind of a
You're
scam
offering
because it's not a real
legitimate
pony.
ride.
No,
It's
he
not
turns
a real
into a real
pony.
pony.
That
No,
doesn't
Gambit, he
matter.
turns
It's
into a real
still
pony, though.
ride.
Yeah.
No, he's still
okay.
he's turning into a real pony. I mean, this
You
pony
get-
can't even
you're
talk.
paying
It's just a
for
very
the
smart pony.
experience of a pony ride or a
Okay.
ride on something similar to a pony.
I guess so. I guess it just kind of feels like I
Now,
don't know.
now I'm gonna
I'm still a pony.
I'm gonna now listen. I have this idea. You can even make it more impressive than a pony. You could be a trained tiger.
Ooh.
I could.
How much more interesting would it be to be like, I'm
what
a
are all
tiger?
the things
Then
can
I
be?
rode on a
I
pony.
can be a
And then you
deer.
could probably
That would be
charge 5
to
silver.
ride specifically.
Yeah.
You could probably charge 5
Could be a
silver.
jackal.
A jackal isn't rideable.
Too small.
For a kid, it might be. I
I
don't
could
know.
be a
For a child,
camel.
maybe.
I could be a giant crab.
I mean, Doug can also
Crap.
use his new sword to cast like daylight when it's nighttime. You know, we could
I
have
could
like
be a boar. I could be an elk. We could do reindeer rides
yeah.
Reindeer.
in the desert as an elk.
Mhm.
And
Merry
does-
Christmas, everyone. Here's our reindeer ride.
Yeah, you know, Christmas in July, right?
Or,
Yeah,
it can be a
because
panther.
that definitely does not imply the birth of Christ in this fantasy setting.
Most settings usually just call it Yuletide
Mm-hmm.
on account of the fact that that's just a generic name for the middle of winter. Which, to note, it's almost the middle. You're at the beginning of summer.
Oh, haha.
It's
right.
April 23rd.
Okay.
The middle of summer.
You know,
is
that makes
June
it actually a
I
23rd.
can
perfect time to
be-
head north into the less desert area. And then
Mhm.
around fall, we can head back into the desert and it'll be fine.
It's actually true. The chances of it being extremely hot increase for the summer side in the desert. Like the make y'all make
We could,
saves
like-
for exhaustion level of.
We could make a booth that's like animal rights and come up with like little cards or whatever. That's like, pick what animal it is today. And then I can turn into that.
Gambit's gonna make a sign. Mm. What? So
Like-
are we doing?
Going up and like choosing through a menu. Like, yes, I want to ride a panther today.
But you can't cast.
Yeah, you can only shift a little.
I
Yeah.
can do it like what,
Twice.
4 times?
Twice per short
with a
rest.
short rest.
You do as many
Yeah.
times as you can take short rest. So technically, you could
times
do
a
it like
day?
12 times a day. You take short
So it
rests.
wouldn't be like something I could do per customer, but it would be like, let's everyone vote for today.
I mean, we
For
can
like-
always do.
For
Like-
this hour or 3 hours.
Yeah, I was about to say we could do shifts to where it's like, early morning, like midday, afternoon, evening, and then sleep, and then do it again.
We can make it like it's like a magic trick, and we take the. You start out as one thing, and then we go to another part of town and you do something else, and then we there's like a lunch break, right? And you just keep being something else, or like
Yeah.
each day.
We
And
could
then-
also
and then each-
do. Yeah, we
Sorry.
could also do like the headless horseman. I can use my echo atop a warhorse, and
No, why do you always want to scare children?
Or we
No.
could let the children be on top of the warhorse.
I mean, they'd have a Halloween holiday. And
Pony.
I'm just saying. Okay, look. You can do ponies, and it's a silver, and it's fine. I'm saying be something exotic, charge 5 silver, and everybody will. It'll increase revenue, right?
By the
'Cause-
way, Doug, the day honoring the dead isn't for another 6 months.
well, we
Thicket,
can build up awareness.
Thicket, can you turn into a lion?
It's like Disney's
Yes.
Christmas in July specials, but it's Halloween in April.
There's
Hey.
not
Why don't
technically
we
a
do-
card for it. I can turn into a panther, so I would assume, yes, I can turn into a lion.
What are the graphics?
Let me pull up the NPC sheet for a lion and see if you can.
What about a lion? I vote
Well,
a
there
lion or
wasn't one for
tiger,
chickens, so
and we do 5 silver. I'm with Garan on this one.
Lion is CR1, so yeah, you can turn into it.
Right. So
Is that
listen,
right?
and
Or are you in 1.5?
no, I can't turn into.
A
Oh,
lion yet?
Shoot.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
can't
it's
turn
divided
into
by 3.
CR1.
yeah, it's divided by 3. You're right.
No, that's for only moon druids. For regular druids, it's 1. It's either 1/8 or
I'd have to be-
1/4 until level
I
4.
can turn into a panther. I can't turn into a lion.
Yeah, 1/2 is
Okay.
the best that they can do right now. Moon druids are the one that gets to 1/3 of their level.
Okay. For some reason, I thought moon druids were 1/2 and the rest were 1/3. Sorry.
Nah, you're good.
Yeah. So I mean, but can you be like a black panther or like a leopard or could you be a pink panther? Can you choose your color?
I think so.
I don't see why not.
That'd be delightful.
We could do a different.
I feel like I'm just gonna have to name this episode
Different date.
memes. The amount of memes we're referencing, I feel like that's gonna be the name of this episode. Continue.
What if we did like 4 seasons for the 4 days? Like 1 season a day. That way we have returning customers that would be willing to pay, for the next day and the next day. So we're not running out of customers as the days go on.
What do you mean seasons?
Like today could be like summer themed. The next day could be like winter themed. I don't know. Like maybe a snow leopard for like winter, or like a reindeer, or something wintry.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
brilliant. I like that idea. That's
Yeah.
And that way we can have maybe the same people return every night rather than running out of the population. Would we know the demographics based off of that 22?
Of the city in general?
Mm-hmm.
Vacua has a very, very mixed population. Because there's next to no... I mean, in this world, there's not basically any racism because I don't want to deal with that. But in Vacua in particular, there's a very mixed population. It is a port town. It is... it's got a lot of different people. It's got a good amount of particularly humans, faunus, half-orcs, orcs, dwarves, goblins, some elves. It's got all kinds of people. As
So
far as
what I'm hearing,
demographics go, they are on the more religious side, particularly in regards to Aether, because this is the home of the largest cathedral of Aether in Vacua.
so what I'm hearing is it's a melting pot. So the
It's a religious
more,
melting pot.
so like the more variety we can give, the better our time would be.
Mm-hmm. Sure. All right, so my sign will say, come ride exotic animals, different every day, 5 silver.
And then there's another sign.
5 silver is equivalent to a pound of copper, square yard of cotton.
Maybe Doug could
5
do like
dragon chest sets, playing card set. So an expensive party ride, effectively.
Because it's an
Well, if
exotic
you're gonna
animal.
be riding a panther.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, just so we have context on the value. That's what the book says for 5 silver pieces, what it can get you.
and then maybe Doug could be like doing like an equivalent of like lawn darts with like daggers instead, or like for one day, the next day doing something with like his torches, like juggling or like chain.
We're in our street performer era.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Y'all really should have just joined the performers back at Schist, I guess.
No, this is a short term. This is a short term job opportunity. This is not, this is like you're taking a vacation, sort of, right? I mean, we've said goodbye to Cedar. We've rescued people from a tyrant. It's a way to relax and unwind. It began with a hide and go seek game, and now it's going to continue with a little bit of carnival. And when it's all said and done, we will get right back to business. We will continue trying to rescue people. Who knows? I mean, maybe we will befriend some bugbears, and suddenly we will have a bugbear friend. And who knows? Maybe we'll get them to be like, militia, and they want to protect the town because they're like, this is way better. They love feeding us. This is delightful. And we still get to be violent because anybody that dares try to hurt the town, we get to go bloody crazy on them. Who knows? I'm not sure. I never would have imagined that we would have done that for kobolds, but it happened, and it worked, and everything's great, and here we got Maverick, so...
I can turn into
This
a
is like a-
velociraptor.
Not big enough to carry a child, but still cool.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna point out it is a tiny beast though. But
Yeah, it's small.
oh,
It's
and then
actual
Garon,
I
size
can turn into a
velociraptor.
velociraptor.
It's not
And-
Jurassic Park Velociraptor, it's actual
Yeah.
Velociraptor.
and Garon can play a specific tune for each of those things.
Sounds delightful also.
Proceeds to play the Jurassic Park theme.
Yep, I wasn't trying to...
I knew where you were going. I knew where you were going with this. So
So I think
I'm having trouble figuring out what exactly I would turn into for like the different seasons thing if we're gonna do that, because I could turn into like a lot of different things. But what would be fun to ride? Because I don't know if a giant frog would be fun to ride,
I mean,
Yes!
a
or a
velociraptor.
giant lizard, or a giant centipede.
No! Human centipede.
no.
I mean, you could build an obstacle course for the centipede and then kind of go up and down and around like a roller coaster.
That's not going to
I
scare
can
any
turn
children.
into a wolf. I can turn into a giant crab, giant rat, a mastiff, a mule,
A
a
bear
pony.
and
What is a
a
sturge?
A sturge is a giant fly thing.
Oh, and it's a
Think-
tiny beast.
Yeah.
I mean, would a centipede be able to hold more people ride-wise?
Let me
I
see.
guess, but that's still terrifying. Also,
We
It
check.
is
Be sure to.
it is a small beast.
So no.
So no, actually, giant centipede is not so giant.
Hey, for a
compared to
centipede, it's
everything
quite
else.
large. For a centipede, it's quite large. There's giant goat, giant seahorse. If you wanted to try and do water rides, I guess.
I could do the frog if we wanted to do water rides.
There's giant wasp if you want to scare some children.
I can't fly.
That's right, you can't fly. Never mind. No giant wasp. No scaring children. Well, probably scaring children.
We
Still.
I
can.
can turn. Wait, how big is a badger?
You could turn into a constrictor
Nope.
snake.
Hey, wait. Gambit can also be someone to do rides. Gambit can take a child up for flying lessons
I am
and then
weak.
back.
I look at my arms. I can't carry anything.
Visibly
We
bend
could
like
make a
noodles.
harness.
Yeah.
I
I mean, it's kids. It's kids.
I think it can only take one kid, so it would have to be really, really expensive.
How many kids do you think I could carry?
Well, I mean, like, I can only do one trip because
You can do it for an
The-
hour. It's not
never
until
mind.
you land you can have the wings for a total of an hour before you have to wait
Okay,
1d12 hours.
Never mind. I don't know how it works yet.
Well, maybe
What
one
is-
we could do
what
a
is
fly.
a quipper?
A quipper? It's a giant piranha, basically. Actually, I don't even know if
Huh.
it's giant. I think it's just like a piranha.
Interesting.
I'm a piranha.
Yes, before I got to play D&D, I did just read the monster manual for fun. Don't judge me.
I love the monster manual. That's where I look for what new character I want to play.
Oh, I
'Cause
love that. New character.
just-
I'm gonna look in books and stuff. I looked in the monster manual.
Yeah,
Of course you did.
because the races that they give you, no. I'm gonna make my new.
You're too
name.
good for elves. You can't just
No.
be a dwarf or a halfling.
Most
No.
of the time, I make my characters based off of what they're gonna be obsessed with.
So, like, for these, like, 3 or 4 days, could we just say this is what we're doing?
Sure.
And then we can kind of roll for how successful it is. And then we
Yeah.
can, like, find the group.
So,
At one point, there will be a pink panther.
you do want to be a Pink Panther for one of the days. Okay.
Yes.
So you're doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then leaving on Thursday, or are y'all trying to get the evening crowd on Sunday for a few rides? Because it's currently about noon on Sunday.
I think Sunday should be our day that we get word out. Like,
Yeah, advertise for
For the
advantage.
next 3 days, because y'all leave on
So we're gonna
Thursday. So you would have,
Promo. And also picking up my
Snow globe.
snow globe.
So could we roll with advantage by advertising on Sunday?
roll. I guess persuasion. So let's go with Gambit Persuade again, since you're
I
making the
can
signs.
also
and
turn
everything.
into something to help convince people to come. And
Oh,
be
yeah,
like,
you-
look at what you could ride.
Or you can do like illusions and stuff like that, and be like, look.
Oh yeah,
3
I forgot
days
we have.
oldie.
I forgot we have Maverick that can do illusions and stuff.
Not really that kind of illusion.
I can use out of ice.
Okay, y'all are gonna have a lot of good. Y'all are basically going to. Okay, with that roll, I will give you advantage are the performance checks for the first 2 days, the Monday and Tuesday. And if y'all do really well on those, you'll get it for the Wednesday too. Maverick, the only illusion spell he has is mirror image if you want to have 4 of him, like dancing or something. and that lasts 1 minute. So
Dude, does anybody have like reduce or like enlarge?
Use.
Does anyone have the spell Reducto?
Because like if Maverick does mirror image or whatever, could we like do like the one ball under a cup and just like move them around?
move around the Mavericks.
No, stop trying to scam. No, stop trying to scam. We've got a good plan here. You stop it right now.
It's not scamming. It's just like seeing if you can guess which one's the real one.
Let's stick with just the animal rides.
Okay.
Yes, you juggle. I will perform. Let's keep it simple.
Music, juggling, animal rides.
Is there anything else y'all want to do over the Sunday after your persuasion of walking around and giving out flyers? And what is Thicket turning into as a preview?
Let's. What do you guys think?
What's something cute or like something that's not, I guess, known for a desert area?
Do like the elk or something.
Yeah, I could be an elk.
Good. As Garand, I want to go out into the desert, and anyone is welcome to come with me if they'd like, but I'd like to go out about, I don't know, maybe 250 feet, somewhere like, or no, maybe like 250 yards, like somewhere far enough where like it wouldn't be obvious what I'm doing out there. But I want to try to commune with the fire elemental and the brazier, and I want to try to get to know it and become its friend. I do not want to summon it if it does not like me. But I'm willing to take time to earn his or her trust.
Do you know Primordial? And if no, would you like any help? Because Thicket knows Primordial.
I do not know Primordial, so yes, as soon as Thicket explains that, then a beam of radiant joy bursts forth from Garand's face. And he is smiling ear to ear, and he says, I wouldn't have it any other way. Please come and join me.
Yay! Thicket likes making friends. Elemental friends.
Oh, and I think Bale owes Gambit a drink or something.
Sure. I don't remember, but maybe probably.
Yeah,
That sounds like
'cause,
something you would have said.
because
I think
Gambit
Bale
took the
agreed to pay
blast.
all of our fees for the foreseeable future.
What was
No. Because remember, when Selzander exploded, Gambit jumped in the way.
that? That was it. Yeah, he owes you a drink.
So I don't know.
Whether you're drinking milk or something harder is up to you.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's go in order. You'll have already done the persuasion
Actually,
check.
liquids are liquid, not hard.
Sure. Good on you, Thicket. Bale would nod to Thicket at that and move on. Refuse to expound. What color elk is Thicket turning into?
Blue.
Blue?
With little white spots to make it look like sparkles.
Snow.
Yeah.
Okie doke. It is quite successful, your ad campaign, as you go about as you go about walking through the different typically the main market actually is where most of y'all would spend your time as you persuade, giving out flyers, showing elk walking around. Y'all get quite a few looks. Kids are very excited seeing this creature. Y'all seem to be pretty popular. Are y'all planning to be in the market area when you do your thing?
Mm-hmm.
All right, People seem to take note of what you're planning. And then, which thing are y'all doing
Also,
next?
as a side note,
Yeah?
I'm sorry, I just realized since that's going to be during morning and afternoon, in the evening I would still like to do evening performances at ye old pubs
Okay. Are
to
y'all
increase
gonna?
our coin.
Are you gonna go to the fancy the fancy dining establishments, or are you going to go to, the place where you had been staying?
I think fancier. I think fancy's the way to go. But I mean,
Okay.
we'll see. We'll see how that turns out.
I'm just gonna. I want to find the name. I know there was the. There was the one that turned out to be a fence that y'all never went back to after you got mad at the guy for sticking people on to y'all. Do.
I know one of the other things we could do is
The Chimera's Thorn. Y'all are not going back to the Chimera's Thorn. Yeah, Doug?
one of the other things we could do as a trick would be Gambit could switch places with me or something, where it's like, you see me, now you see someone completely different.
The old teleporting man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then I can have my shadow in like a corner somewhere and also just completely disappear.
Oh yeah, we could do like a little magic trick. Yeah, we can do that. Do you have like a top hat or something?
I have a blue and white torn gown.
Kimono. Different things.
Kimono, yes. I wasn't
Okay.
quite sure what it was.
It's a kimono.
Do I have...
I would offer you my hat, but I don't want to take it off, so I guess I could be the magician.
That's true.
Would we want to do like a little magic show sort of thing where it seems like someone else is turning Thicket into an animal?
Sure.
And
You know,
then do the rest?
I kind of imagine that as well. I can pretend that certainly, but then we're starting to get veer back into the more scammy side of things.
It's not scammy, it's just entertainment.
We're veering.
It's making a spectacle.
I suppose one could argue it's just a show.
I mean, because we'd be charging for admission, not necessarily for, hey, pick the right one.
Are y'all charging for admission, or are you just performing?
Yeah, are we?
Or are you performing and letting people like give you tips?
I mean, I would say for like the show admission /
But then we would
and
have to
then-
get a venue.
Yeah, I don't think it would be super
Yeah.
feasible to be able to charge admission because people would just be
Yeah.
able to like stand a certain distance and be like, "I'm
Yeah, I
watching."
think we should do tips.
Yeah.
Because if we get a venue, then that can't guarantee that we're going to make a profit.
Plus, we're thinking about this way too hard.
Yeah.
D&D games, man.
It's gotta be perfect.
So what-
Put on the perfect show.
Right, so Garand and Thicket are going to do the pony rides, and Doug and Gambit are going to put on a little magic show.
Sounds delightful.
Okay, so the teleporting man every 30 minutes or whatever. Animal rides all day long. Maverick
then-
will look for materials to potentially make an upgrade suit for Claude.
And then evening music by Garand.
Evening music by Garand.
Sounds like a good time.
Okay, so for the things that are today, is there any role playing you want to do for going and getting some drinks with Bale?
I don't know.
Or just say that it happens? Go
We
hang
can
out.
just say that it happens, because I don't really have anything.
Okay,
What does
Where I
my
need to
snow
talk to
globe
him.
look like?
so I think it goes to get a snow globe.
Yes.
So, assuming I remember what you wanted, so correct me if I'm wrong, what he ends up showing you as the gnome comes out, he brings out, having made this small, I guess regular sized snow globe that for you feels pretty large. As he this is the gnome Jensbug, or Bug, Urkavon, who you ended up commissioning to make the globe. It is a minorly enchanted item. While holding this snow globe, you can shake it and cause it to glitter and glow a light blue color as if by the light spell for 12 seconds before it settles down. Inside of the globe has figurines of townsfolk dancing at a fair. Is that what you wanted? Do I have that right? Or were you specifying? Or did you specify?
Yay!
That's what you wanted?
The camera just wanted something in a glass container that glows.
Well, now you have little wooden
So
figures.
if it glows, it's good.
It glows and it has little figures. And it has little magical sparkles that he says are... He had to use magic to maintain the repetition and glittering portion, but the light itself is actually from a luminescent algae that he has processed into a continual form.
Yay! Thank you.
And for the rush job, it goes up from 45 gold pieces to 60 gold pieces, if that's all right. Or did y'all agree on a different amount? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
We'll
if
go
we agreed
50
on a
gold.
price.
50 gold pieces.
Did I pay already or no?
I don't know that either. I don't think you paid up front.
I don't think I did either. I think I remember asking, like, should I give you a down payment? And you were like, nope!
Yep, okay, so you owe 50 gold.
Cool.
Mark that off your sheet, and I've added the glittering snow globe to your inventory.
Negative 50 gold. There we go.
Okay. Is Doug doing anything on this particular night of the 23rd?
I think he's just gonna help Garand at the end.
All right. So as the sun is still in the sky for a bit, but going out 200 to 250 feet, 250 yards, quarter mile, or whatever it is, Garand and Thicket, you go out from the city walls, warned by the guards, be careful, try not to stay out past sunset, because that's when Grim tend to start attacking or showing up and prowling around the area, because Grim are attracted to the city on account of the fact that human emotions are there. You go out into the desert, feeling peaceful off in the distance. It's a fairly light day. It's not too warm. There's spotty clouds here and there from the storm the night before. As you take a few minutes, Garand, you sit. Though don't believe an attack requires attunement, you spend some time with the brazier, getting a feel for it. As Thicket hangs out, let me check. The brazier does not require attunement.
It shouldn't. No, it's just an action. But for RP purposes, I want to actually befriend him.
Yeah.
Or her.
And you cast the spell.
Also, as a special request, since I didn't get a chance to ask if it could be something other than like a brazier, like if it could be some kind of weird other thing, can you surprise me and not make it just like a simple fire elemental, but like go creative? Are you willing to do that?
Sure.
You can have the same stats. You don't have to change anything if you don't want to, like as far as like mechanics go.
You've
Feel free
said
to do that
all
also, but-
you've said all you needed to say. Don't worry.
All right.
You should have trust in me.
I do,
Yes.
but I just, I mean, I don't want to put something on you that you're like, whoa, wait a second, I wasn't ready for that.
I will need about a minute and a quarter.
All right, well, how about we take a short break and everybody
Sure,
can go
that's
bathroom
now
and
is
whatever.
actually a
Yeah.
good time for that break. Let's take a quick 10-minute break while I figure this out, because now I've been requested to do more than just a basic one, which I'm fine with that. I
I'm
just
so
need
excited.
to make a good choice is the question. Oh, what do
It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
what do I choose? That one's cool.
A dark elemental.
Nah, it's still going to be a fire elemental. It's going to be the aesthetic that's going to change.
Smoke.
I mean,
It's gonna be green fire.
Neon pink flames.
Shaz partió, man.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I just had to go get some water,
Nice.
as well as put up the rest of dinner.
Nice. What'd you have?
I had some roasted vegetables, chicken and rice.
Nice.
I am back. I don't know about anybody else.
I'm here.
So I hope that was at least as fun for you as it was for me just waiting.
But waiting.
Like, cause I mean, I'm doing like laundry stuff or whatever,
Ah.
but like just being excited about like whatever you come up with. Like, I hope it was as fun for you to come up with as it was
Oh,
for me
yeah.
to wait for you to.
Took me a second to find exactly what I wanted to do, but I got it.
Nice.
A plan. Oh, I should upload this into Fantasy Grounds. I think this person's gonna get there, or this creature's gonna get their own, or gonna get to be in the NPC portraits.
Also, as part of this, I just wanted to remember, I have the obsidian shard. That was something that you said could be used for making magic items, and then that was the only thing that it seemed to stick out for, right?
Magic item or a weapon. You could also make it into jewelry. Yeah, jewelry or a piece of art, a knife. But magic item or weapon are the main two things that you would think of.
Okay, so it might be the. I think Thicket's cat, real life cat, is having fun.
Is it? I can't hear it.
But,
I can't hear Echo.
No,
What?
there's three.
How's
There's
that
three apostrophes, and then there's Virginia backslash.
That I saw that.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if that's Echo playing around on your computer or not.
I have no idea how that happened. Like literally, she has been on the floor this whole time.
Spookier. Well then yeah, I think I'm gonna ask everybody first if it's okay if I offer this as like as a peace offering. The elemental may not even want it. But if anybody objects to that and would like it instead, I'll just give it to them. But I figure a fire elemental would enjoy something made of obsidian.
All right.
Are we feeding elementals?
I want to befriend it. It's out of the magic item, the sensor or the brazier of fire elemental summoning. Effectively, once per day, I can summon a fire elemental that's completely loyal. So, like, even if I get hurt or whatever, I don't have to make concentration checks. Like, he's just there or whatever for, I think it's the hour or 2 hours or whatever it is of the spell. It's a ways. It's a long time, but for RP purposes, Garand wants to actually befriend the thing, not just like be like, haha, you're enslaved to me kind of deal, because that's just not Garand to do that. So
It's true, it's very out of character for Garand. Now Doug, on the other hand.
Hey, Doug is not just, tossing like feelings and things aside. He is just not well adept at social cues. But he's not like mean.
You've suggested how many scams this so far?
Hey, he is trying to get the job done. He's chaotic.
And I'm curious, how much of that is Doug and how much of that is Jack? It's a little bit of player in every PC they play.
I mean, that is true. I mean, I naturally am chaotic neutral. But when it comes to things that matter, I try to be less chaotic. I just think, it's more innovative.
I guess I'll just ask now: Does Thicket have any opposition to me offering the a shard of obsidian as a gift?
Absolutely not.
Does Doug?
I mean, Doug doesn't know anything about any magical thing whatsoever.
Would he rather have the obsidian shard to be able to make something out of it someday, or is he okay with me offering it
He's
Okay.
okay. I think right now he's more focused on the white memory.
Maverick also has some other
Um,
things he's more focused on than using the obsidian. Plus, in his eyes, y'all are going to a place with the volcano. Y'all can buy more obsidian if you need it.
And then I guess whenever Gambit gets back.
Jason, are you here? Yes,
I
not.
am.
Oh, Jason is here. Okay, Jason's here. Jack is here. Thicket is here. Maury's here.
Aye, Captain.
I'm the
Gambit,
captain.
are you opposed?
Let's go.
Gambit, are you opposed to me offering the obsidian?
Nah.
Are you going to give the elemental a nickname or a name?
Well, I'm hoping that she already has one, and we'll explain that to Thicket, and then Thicket can tell me. If not, and wants a name, I will happily nickname it so I know what it is.
All right. As we get back into it. Moving back over the gameplay.
What language do they speak?
Primordial.
Primordial.
Specifically, the dialect, because technically Primordial is a language with technically more than 4, but 4 primary dialects, being Ignis for fire elementals, Auron for air elementals, Gammer with the earth elemental 1, and Aquin for water elementals. Aaron for elementals. Terran, that's right. Terran for earth, and then Aquin for water. So, based on the fact that it's supposed to summon a fire elemental, Thicket would think to himself about the specifics of the fire dialect of Primordial. Because all Primordials can speak to and understand each other, but as far as someone who doesn't understand the word is, like, listening to a earth elemental talk would be like hearing stones grind against each other. Or the crack of a stone or an earthquake are the types of sounds they make as part of their language.
So Gambit's heard a lot of it. He just doesn't understand.
Probably. I mean, y'all been around elementals occasionally, and anytime you hear stuff, like, for example, living in Reef, you would hear lots of sounds of water, and that's the type of sounds that that water elementals make. The sounds of crashing waves and streams and bubbling.
He's also a miner, so
He is a miner. So if you ever in the mine would have run across an earth elemental, which would have happened very occasionally, and is the type of...
What's wrong with us?
No.
Is Gambit actually a miner, though? I can't remember. No, he's 19, I think.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's 19.
Oh,
which actually-
okay.
that also puts him at the same age as Garand, I think.
Yeah, probably. I think that sounds right.
I don't know that Doug like believes anything Gambit says at this point.
Oof.
Oh,
That's rough, buddy. Anywho, let me bring us back into it.
that's rough, buddy.
As you place the brazier down, you find, having spent some time with it as it reacts to you, you figured out that there is a command word, which is, as you expect, a fairly simple one. Is igneous. It seems to be a fairly easy one, and is inscribed on the handles. As this brazier has 2 handles, one on each side, and then it has a 3-pronged base that it stands on. But since you're setting it in sand, it kind of sinks in up to the base of it itself. It's only a few inches tall, the brazier. I mean, like, the bowl itself is like a couple inches deep, 3 or 4 inches, but fairly wide, coming at probably 2.25 feet wide, or in diameter across. And you found from where it is, the thing is made of brass, basically entirely. Not even almost, it is entirely made of brass. With various magical inscriptions along the outside that from Arcane you would learn are connected to the elements, are connected to the various planes, in particular with an emphasis on fire. You do find that there is... Make an Arcana check, actually. See if you would know this specific thing. It describes some sort of city, but you can't fully understand or don't recognize the name. But it describes a location that you don't recognize. And the entire basin, from about 1.5 inches deep on the edges of the bowl, the inside seems to be coated in a layer of ash. As you go, you set the bowl down. You get a bit of different kindling that you don't have to do it, but you find yourself in this moment of a slower production of the ritual, placing these bits of wood into it. And you say the command word. As you speak the word igneous, the wood immediately begins to burn. It lights up, and you see, almost seeming from underneath the ashen coating of the bowl, flames begin to gather and begin to pour out. The ash seems to glow and seems to almost build up, like there's a fire growing within the bowl as the flame reaches 1 foot, 2 feet in the air. As you stepping back a couple of feet as the flames ascend, you see actually some of the sand beneath the glass beneath the bowl begins to melt, where it's touching the bowl and seems to be becoming liquid glass-like material as the sand is heated up by this brazier. As it glows and increases in size, you see a fairly large hand begin to reach out of the ash. This almost magma-like figure, this dark red, almost a mixture of magma and solidified flame, begins to reach out, grabs the edge of the bowl, and another hand comes forth and begins to pull itself out. Though the hands are relatively small when they come out, as this creature comes out of the bowl, being summoned from the brazier, it grows in size with the flame. As it steps on its fairly large legs that seem to bend forward and back again, more similar to a goat's than that of a human, as it climbs out and stands on the sand in front of you. Bits of where it steps in front of the brazier beginning to melt as well. You see this figure is a fairly tall, probably 11 feet tall, humanoid-esque figure that is covered in ash. These bits of broken volcanic rock stretched across its skin that from these cracks in between are pouring various flames, including these two, though its flame seems to be moving almost like a belt scarf or a belt skirt, these two long tassels that reach out from it, that are hanging from its waist. Despite the fact that they're made of a dark flame, they are moving like cloth. As it stands up and grows, its head, from which this flame is coming out of, the front of which begins to burn 2 flames that seem to represent eyes, as you see this figure.
Whoa! Pookie. My 3-year-old can't say any S's at the beginning of words. She came in the middle and at the end, but not at the beginning, so he Pookie.
He is Pookie. As he looks down to you. Seemingly looking, primarily as he stood up, he looks toward Garand. And he looks over
Garand looks a little scared. He's got the like oh no. But
as Thicket speaks, Thicket looks he looks over to Thicket. You speak the words. The Ancients of Flame. Which, from Garand, you would hear the sounds of roaring flames coming from his mouth. And as Thicket doing his best to mimic that as best as a human can. But this creature is the sounds of flames and embers, the cracks of fire is what you hear from it, as it seems to look toward and address Thicket.
Hi, I'm Thicket. This is Karan. What's your name?
He turns. Are you the translator for this master?
Yes.
He does seem to kneel just slightly, not all the way getting his knee to the ground, but seems to lower down a little bit. Leaning his head forward, addressing it toward Garan. I will do as you please, current master. As for the name, I am Navo Stakteros. Go ahead and identify the picture. Navo Stakteros. What would you have me do?
Garan, this is Anavo Sakteros. He says he will do whatever you command him to.
Which actually, because Thicket understands the language, you would find that his name is actually the name he's giving you, whether it be his name, like his real name, because sometimes both elementals and devils, it can apply to elementals too, though not all of them, prefer not to give their real names because it allows them to be summoned at different points. So whether or not this is a real name or not, the name he is giving you effectively means to ignite the ash, or the flame of the Ashen One.
Cool.
Please let him know that he is incredibly impressive. But I would prefer to be more friend than master to him. Does he feel imprisoned by this? Does he like traveling the material plane? Would he rather be free? I don't. He does not look like a being who should be trifled with. Looks quite powerful, and I don't want to hinder him if he's, if this is a bother to him.
Thicket translates.
He stands. If you wish for me to address you as friend, then let it be so. I am bound to this brazier by a pact made long. It is not a prison for me. I live in the towers of brass in the elemental plane. You simply call me for a short time. It is a debt I have agreed to repay.
He says he's chill with it.
Right. Would it interest you to have a gift? I don't know if you can take things with you, but would you like this shard of obsidian? We've acquired it in our travels and things that we have dispatched, foes and enemies alike and such. I want to honor you. I'm not big on the whole slavery master thing.
Do you want a gift? Garan says he doesn't really want to emphasize the whole slavery mastery thing. He wants to, so he's got a gift if you would want.
Then as a friend, I will address him. He reaches toward you. I do understand a bit of his intent as my summoner. The glass from your hand floats. It lifts off of your hand and begins to float toward his open hand. As it reaches his palm, you see it begin to shimmer as the firelight glows through it, through the blackened glass, reacting in a rather gorgeous way. As it lands upon his hand, he pulls it toward himself and pushes it against his left shoulder, and you see the different ashen rock shift as the glass slides between the bits of the ash, creating an almost plate of the obsidian. As the edges of the obsidian melt from the heat, and seem to burn in and connect, becoming a part of this ashen armor or figure. It's unclear whether or not it's him himself or if he's the flame wearing it, but it seems to become part of his ashen
Awesome.
form.
That's freaking cool.
That's awesome.
I will bear this well.
Thank him for accepting my gift, and if he would like more, I might be able to acquire some for him if that would be of use or of interest to him.
Guran says thank you. And would you be interested in any more of the obsidian if you want any?
I will accept any gift he chooses to give. But blackened glass is not something we lack in the plane of fire.
Okay. He says he's cool with more gifts, but he doesn't really need any more obsidian. He'll accept it if you want to give it to him, though.
Okay. I guess then just ask him if there is anything that I might do for him, since he's going to be hopefully with us for quite some time. If there is anything that I might do to honor him, then maybe I can make it happen.
Thicket translates.
Make well use of my time here. A being who honors agreements made. Ask that you make use of me and do not squander the time I give you.
Offer my apology then for if it is a bother to him for me to summon him this evening to make his acquaintance.
It is no
It
offense.
continues to translate.
I will just assume that it's translating. It is of no offense. Use me as you will. If you wish for me to simply speak to you, to act as a friend, or even preside as a guardian, I will do so. Do not waste a day.
All right. Well, I suppose.
Time.
I suppose. If you wanted, you might. If it's something that you could do, you're welcome to travel about the outside of the city here, and if you come across any Grim, if you are aware of what Grim are, I'm not sure if they happen where you're from or if how long you've been around and whatnot. So, yeah, if you wanted to go around and kill some Grim while you're here, I suppose that's a great use of time. Otherwise, I'll happily let you get back to whatever you're doing, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow or sometime soon.
Thicket, you hear what Garand hears as a rapid crackling of flame, but Thicket would understand to be closer to a laugh. I will enjoy the hunt. As he turns, and as his legs bend, he jumps in one huge bound, traveling 40, 50 feet, jumping through the air, landing on a further dune, before continuing to leap into the darkness of the desert.
He seemed very excited.
Have fun then. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Farewell, new friend Anavo.
At this point, he is out of earshot, but as he leaves, and actually once the summoning had been completed, once he was out of it, the brazier had seemed to rapidly cool down back to its previous form. The same thin layer of ash on the edge, or in the brazier.
This
Awesome.
music right now makes me feel like we just unleashed a horror onto the world.
I did turn on the spooky music. It's true. I mean, who knows? You told him to go have fun for the evening. Specifically, you told him to hunt Grim, but you told him to go have fun.
Have fun hunting Grim. Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully he's not like a genie or something, and he's trying to like find ways to like do what I say, and
Fair.
in a horrible, twisted way.
Hopefully, he's not trying to twist your desires. But
Yeah.
he does.
So we'll see, I guess.
I mean, ultimately, the brazier is intended to summon a genie, and I'm sorry, not a genie, a fire elemental, and not something as powerful as a genie. Like binding genies to stuff is a lot more dangerous than binding an elemental to stuff. Genies can get strong. But yeah, he is an elemental, as many other are. You don't have a ton of information, but Thicket, though you wouldn't necessarily know, he did seem to refer to the City of Brass, which you as players may know where that is, or what that is. Yeah, that's Anavo.
Mori does not know what that is.
Does Chris know what that is?
Do I know what the image is? What that thing
The
is?
City of Brass.
Oh yeah, the City of Brass is like basically it's like the main capital in the Plane of Fire, and so effectively he is at least some variant of some kind of important citizen, because if you're from the City of Brass,
Specifically from the Towers of Brass.
I don't know enough about the depth of that, but
Neither do
mean,
I. I
it
made
could
that
be
part
that
up.
he. Okay, but still, the point being is that like, because like the average fire elemental would just come from a random place in the Plane of Fire, right? It just you're effectively picking like a blade of grass like in a meadow.
A meadow, yeah.
Right, but this dude is like picking like an orchid from the royal garden.
Yep. He is paramount to a noble, it seems. Alright, that I think concludes, unless there's anything y'all want to do over the evening, I think that concludes Sunday the 23rd of April. I guess we do need to, assuming Garand is still going to perform. Garand performing?
Yeah.
Alright, is there any theme to this particular night? As you find yourself getting to a more of a fancier venue, more of a
More self-promo.
More self.
I want to go with a vibe of like hope and like change. Basically, I'm laying the groundwork for the new political structure here, but I'm staying away from political songs. So I'm keeping the subtlety of like, hey, there's good on the horizon, that kind of motif.
Are you playing in more of a commoner area, or the richer part of town, or the less good part of town?
I would say the wealthy, because the wealthy people would be the most concerned with the change of what's going on.
Yeah.
I think the average and poorer people may not directly affect them as often, because unless someone's exceptionally kind and generous and they have like all these great programs in mind for like community improvements, for the most part it's not going to change. So
yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's see, the people that would probably be there, who all would be in the audience watching or talking to people in the audience?
Wah, wah, wah.
Doug would just be like using his shattered memory as like a spotlight.
Okay. Where's Gambit during all this? Is he in the crowd, or?
Yeah,
He doesn't have to be. I'm just curious if he's hanging out, what he's up to.
he's just hanging out.
Okay. Thicket and Gambit make perception checks. So Thicket definitely hears, and Gambit would hear as well, the occasional instance of a well-to-do, wealthy person, slightly pompous, walking over to the bar where it's. You see a lot of the people here are typically drinking coffee. Occasionally, some of them might have cocktails or a glass of wine, but some of them are actually drinking coffee, seemingly getting ready for whatever awake time they'd like. Or maybe it's just cultural here that you drink coffee in the evening. You're not quite sure. But you find on several occasions an abnormal amount. You would hear 8 different people across the night going up to the bar and complaining about their drinks being salty. And Garand over the night. It's not the best performance, and the crowd doesn't seem as receptive. They seem more engrossed in their own conversations, gossip, and what have you. You end up receiving 4 silver pieces and 15 copper pieces.
Maybe it's still too early for everybody to understand what's happening. So
Perhaps. Is there anything any of y'all would like to do over that night as we end Sunday the 23rd of April?
What's with the salty drinks?
You asking me?
I don't know, man. I don't know who to ask.
You're asking Gambit, you're asking me, asking the manager at whatever in this, or this would be probably closer to a restaurant than an inn. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to Gambit? Talking to a bystander? Talking to one of the salt people with a salty drink?
Probably Gambit and maybe one of the people who got a salty drink.
Gambit? What do you think?
I totally zoned out. What was happening?
Over the
There's-
night, an abnormal number of 8 different people at the restaurant complained of their drinks being extremely salty.
Oh. Oh, well, where did the drinks come from?
They seem to have all been made at the bar, which you can go talk to the bartender if you'd like. But that seems to be where most people are getting them. The bar is both coffee and other kinds of drinks. Seem to all be made there and distributed.
Mr. Bartender, person,
Yeah. He looks a little off-put, seemingly ready for another accusation. As you see, probably a 22-year-old half-elf man.
Do you
Dressed quite
get
finely.
your liquid from, like, a well? Or is it, like, magical pipes?
It's freshly gotten from the well. The magic is terribly expensive to get a water supply like that. No, we use the city's water. We have access to a well that we refill every morning.
And when did the
Less-
complaints of salt start to happen? Salty drinks.
The last hour, 2. But things have been fun all day. Some of them don't. I mean, if you're worried about the water, some of the drinks don't even have water in them.
Oh.
I don't understand how the wine could become salty. It doesn't make sense. Poured from the same bottle as another person at the table, but theirs is salty. I don't understand.
Sounds like a prankster is afoot. Possibly?
Could it be the cups?
That's a good thought. How do you wash your cups?
Never here. Who are you, by the way?
We're just
I
travelers,
can-
but we're just really curious as to why this is happening. We just took notice of it, and we're trying to.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're just as confused as you are. It seems.
Yeah.
It seems like we would all like to figure out why this is happening, because this is not something I don't think any of us have come across.
Okay. Over here, as he leads you around toward the back end of the bar, there is a washing basin that has two sets. It seems they have one set of cleaning soapy liquid and then one set of seemingly fairly well-heated rinsing clean liquid before it's dry.
Garrett's gonna take a clean cup and rub his finger around it and lick it. Lick his finger. See if it's salty.
Tastes like your finger. No salt.
Okay.
No weird flavor.
Where's your salt supply?
We have various salt shakers distributed to all the tables. We keep bags of additional salt in the back. As you're
Has
saying
anyone-
this-
Is anyone unconsciously putting salt in their drinks?
Has anyone else complained about having salty drinks since we've started investigating?
No one has, but as you're bringing that up, a fairly well-dressed halfling woman comes and stands at the bar. It's happened again. I don't know what's wrong with this glass or this bottle of wine. You must take it back and get me something better. This is terrible. The place has always been so good, but for some reason... Are you new here? Is it your fault? As she looks over at you two.
Nope.
What's the name of the fairy dragon?
Izu.
Yes, what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's
I thought the
Izu.
same.
Make a perception
it's
check,
gonna,
both
like-
of you.
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't see anything particularly different?
Picket's gonna like run out into the middle of the crowd and be like, Isu, are you here?
Gibbet's gonna watch all of the salt shakers and see if any of them magically move.
Make an investigation check. They can make a persuasion check.
Oh no.
Ooh, rough.
Another 8 or 10 minutes later into the performance, another person comes up to the bar complaining about salty coffee.
Wait, someone switched sugar. Wait, no one would put sugar in wine. Do people put sugar in wine?
Or the same lady twice? Seems unlikely. Oh, yo, rolled so well to start. And then you didn't.
Mhm.
And that's the best part to me.
Picket's gonna continue looking for Izu.
I'll say another 10, 15 minutes go by, make another set of perception checks if y'all are looking around. I think you see toward one of the back tables a couple. It is a half-orc man and a human woman are sipping and listening to the music as the man lifts up to drink his coffee. As the woman is paying attention to Gron's performance, her sitting off to the side, and as they're both looking away, you see the salt shaker lift into the air and pour into her cup, and then set back down.
Could you say that again? You kind of glitched out on my end.
You see a couple, and as the man is drinking some of his coffee, and the woman is watching Garon's performance, the salt shaker at the table lifts up and pours some salt into her cup, and then sets back down. and you can faintly hear the flutter of wings. Seems to go up toward the ceiling. And you hear the slightest snickering coming from the canopy, because it's effectively a halfway outdoor setup where these pieces of wood slats against each other have a bit of an open toward the night, but then there is various plants that are growing atop it, as you see some of the plants rustle. He doesn't seem to be coming down to you. Make
over here right now.
Make an intimidation check. He doesn't seem to be doing what you're saying.
2 foot for a cat.
What do I have in my inventory? Let me check.
I don't know. What do you have in your inventory? Which, if you want, I didn't see Gambit roll perception, but you could probably point this out to Gambit as well. Because Izu does seem to still be around the party. What was that?
I will point it out to Gambit.
Gambit, you were pointed out the salt shaker and the covering of the outdoor sitting area.
Will hold out a ration and be like, Isu, please.
Trying to whisper quietly as some of the people at nearby tables look at you like, what are you doing?
Please come down.
He's on the chandelier.
He is climbing among the effectively set of wooden rafters in the open air sitting area that have plants growing all over the rafters. It seems that he has parked himself in the plants in the rafters. Make another make one more persuasion check, Thicket. He seems rather unresponsive to you.
Trying to think.
He doesn't like me, Gambit.
Well, I think what we gotta do is the way to get a prankster is to prank them. So how can we prank Izu?
How do we prank someone who's invisible?
You know, you could try asking them. You hear from your shoulder, Gambit.
Try.
You just told me.
Okay.
You didn't ask. You just said
I
easy.
said please.
I must have missed it. Sorry.
Selective hearing.
Happens to the best of us. And isn't this great? So many people.
Yeah, I think it's really, really, really funny.
Zoo.
But I think that you are ruining this poor bartender's livelihood.
Oh.
So why don't you try a new trick?
Good idea.
Maybe one that
But
doesn't cause
one that
harm?
doesn't. Yeah.
Weight has already moved off your shoulder.
Oh no. Oh boy.
With that same perception, you see, taking one of the wine glasses. Slowly, all the wine seems to be drained out of it.
Uh-oh.
A few minutes later, you see someone else's coffee cup, actually seemingly starting with the woman that had her cup salted. All of her coffee seems to be drunk without her touching it. You feel a weight land on your hat, Thicket. Okay. That was too much. I drank too much.
maybe you should go take a nap.
You have a soft hat.
Let's go to bed.
Crisis averted.
He seems to be asleep on Thicket's head now. Having drunken
Alright,
his
guys,
entire
we can
body
all go to
with,
bed.
having drunken his body weight in wine and coffee, he is unconscious. The rest of the
Nice.
night goes on without issue. How much do y'all want to roleplay your mini carnival?
I think we should just roll.
Okay. So on the 24th, Monday the 24th, what is Thicket turning into for the first day?
I think the first thing will be the same reindeer as the promo, just so that people don't feel scammed.
All right. You spend approximately 6 hours across the morning into the afternoon, giving people rides, and every 30 minutes or so, because Gambit can do his deal approximately 6 times, his teleportation. So like once on the hour or whatever you decide, 6 times y'all do a sort of a teleporting man trick where you take a couple of different cloths and then at the same time you announce it and you throw the cloths up into the air in front of you between you and the crowd. Swap places, and then Doug swaps places with his Echo separately so that when the cloths come down, Gambit is in Doug's place and Doug is nowhere to be seen. And then Doug steps forward from a nearby roof to surprise the audience. Okay, I need a performance check from Gambit and Doug that are going to be charisma based. I need a... What would be the best giving an elk ride? Go with a dexterity-based charisma check for Thicket. And for Garon's announcing and kind of orating everything and maybe playing some music, give a charisma check as well. It takes a little while for... Oh no, Gambit was doing a hero point. Okay. I thought you rolled a 4 and I was like, oh, this isn't great.
What am I rolling?
You're rolling a dexterity-based charisma check. So, you know how to change... Okay, so on your skill sheet...
How do you change a charisma check into a dexterity?
So, on the skills tab, under the stat, it shows the stat for that thing. You can click on it to change what stat it's using.
There is no charisma.
Yeah, there is. Performance. There's performance on your skills sheet.
You didn't say performance.
Did I not?
You said a dexterity-based charisma check.
Oh, well, that would get... I could see how that would be confusing.
I was like, how?
I could see how that would be confusing. Make a dexterity-based performance check. No, Doug, it's performance. Gambit is able to salvage a bit, but it's not the best starting day, as Doug kind of like waves from the top of the building, like, oh, yeah, I'm happier now. Hi. It takes a little while for y'all to get into it. The kids seem to love the rides. It didn't seem like it would take that much to get them to love it, but it definitely is making them love it. And Garand, your performance.
All right, that's what I was trying to figure out. All right, so performance, no problem.
It's not your best. It's still good, though.
It is a problem, apparently.
Y'all get across the day 8 gold pieces, which I'll just go ahead and put these in the party sheet, and once you're done with the 4 days, we can divvy them up. Doug, and Thicket, and Garand, I need you all to roll again. Because I forgot. Because of y'all's brilliant ad campaign, you get advantage on the first day. Never mind, Garand is doing great. Pickett still gets his 15, and Doug still has it caught on.
Which makes sense.
Based on the venue and everything, y'all get a total of 17 gold pieces, 17 silver pieces, and the odds on this must be crazy, 17 copper pieces.
Those individually.
Yep, I will add. No, I'm adding them all to the party sheet and then divvying up the cash at the end of the days. Okay. For another night at the bar, or well, at the coffee shop type place, Garand, roll performance. And is there anything else anyone would like to do over the next 2 days outside of the mini circus?
Gambit needs to restock on magical darts.
Looking for a magic item place to buy some more magic darts?
Mm-hmm.
Or magic slingshot ammo, rather?
Mm-hmm.
I also want you to roll an intelligence check to see if you remember something. Garand, you got 1 gold piece, 8 silver pieces, and 9 copper pieces over the evening.
Oh, wait. Ooh, buddy. Ah!
Is there a way Doug can use his like magnetism a bit to do like some like I guess entertainment as well?
What do you mean?
Like whether it's like performances with his like weapons or like just kind of like I don't know, I guess like shooting like arrows or like just something like targets and kind of using his like magnetism just to like make it hit.
You could try. It wouldn't be the most interesting thing to the people, it seems. But you could certainly do it.
Or like I guess swindling at like darts if there's like a dart board.
You're swindling. Playing
Well,
darts in a pub. Well, I just
only
wanna be
if
clear.
only if there's like a like if he's losing.
Okay, so Doug has a good time playing darts with people. Are you trying to make
Yeah.
money doing this, or?
Yes.
Okay, for the first night, go ahead and make an attack roll.
An attack roll
Yep. With a thrown
with a
weapon.
dart.
Yeah. And Gambit will streamline the purchasing process. You would find that you can purchase a bundle of 20.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, you're targeting Gambit, so you don't actually hit Gambit with the dart. But on the first night, you're doing pretty good. You don't really have to use your semblance. And you win 3 gold pieces over the course of the night.
And how much gold will that run me?
So you can purchase 20 plus 1 ammunition for the sling for 125 gold pieces.
125 gold pieces?
Yeah.
Well, we're out of luck. Gambit has 87 gold pieces.
Well, then maybe by half. For 62 gold pieces and 5 silver, you can buy 10 ammunition.
I think
62.
Gambit is richer than Thicket now.
Well, maybe not in a second. Let's see. What was it? 60 gold pieces?
Remember, you have 5 platinum pieces, so it's going to be pretty close. You are pretty close in terms of thing. 62 gold pieces and 5 silver. You want to buy 10 sling bullets.
Can Gambit roll a persuasion to try to talk the person down a little
Try
bit?
to haggle. Make a haggle check with persuasion.
Do me well. I'm broke. No.
They won't budge.
Okay.
Standard price is standard price.
I guess I'll have to do it. Mm,
Don't worry,
62
Garand.
and
62
a
gold
half?
pieces and 1 silver piece. I'm sorry, 5 silver pieces. So you'll have 1
So
silver
I've
piece
got
left, and you
one
will
silver
have 15 gold pieces, I believe.
15 gold pieces.
Nope, that's not right. Is it right? No, it's not. 25 gold pieces. 25 gold pieces, 1 silver piece is what you'll have left. I'll update your sling bullets to be 13 sling bullets of +1 variety. Okay, the second set of days. I need performance checks from everyone again.
I'm going to use a hero point again.
Ron's out
Are
here
we still
rocking.
advantage or no?
You do still have advantage. Because you got it for 2 days from your thing.
My high was 25.
Plus, so I got 17.
Whoops.
I think it didn't do as well with the kids today. What did you turn into?
Let's say Pink Panther. Maybe the Pink Panther wasn't as popular with the kids.
Okay, Pink Panther, despite your best efforts, the Pink Panther was not as popular. You'd think it would be, but it turns out the people here found it more disturbing than anything else. For some reason. So y'all did effectively the same value, so another 10 gold pieces. And then 19 silver. And 21 copper. Okie doke. Garand, make another performance check, and Doug, make another attack roll. Garand's chilling, man. Despite the fact that the first day wasn't as good, it seems that Garand has this now has these coffee goers on lock. Getting 7 gold pieces, 3 silver pieces, and 7 copper pieces. 7 gold, 3 silver, 7 copper. Doug, once again, does not have to resort to cheating and ends up earning himself 5 gold pieces and 4 silver pieces for his gambling. Cool. All right, and the last day as we go to the 26th of April. I need one more performance check from everyone, this time not with advantage. Thicket, what are you turning into today?
I'm thinking giant frog with really colorful patterns. Hero point.
Giant poisonous frog looking guy. Obviously not actually a poisonous frog, but kind of looking that way.
I've almost rolled 2 natural 20s, and they turned to 14 at the last possible second.
Doug's really not getting the performance side of this. It's just not hitting right. He's done his best, but he seems to be doing better at darts. It's not the greatest day. Thicket, everything goes fine. Garon does well. Gambit does well. Doug's... Make a bit less on the third day here as the novelty is still going, but you don't have as many excited people coming at this point. You get another 5 gold pieces, bringing y'all's total up to 33. The silver pieces, another 18, bringing that up to 55. And copper pieces add another 12, bringing that up to 50. All right. And now I need one last performance from Garand. And then I need a charisma check from Doug. Hey, well, I also need an attack roll from Doug, and then we'll see if he needs a charisma check. Are you going to use your semblance to cheat?
No.
Then no charisma check necessary. If you won 3 days in a row, people were going to start getting mad and you were going to have a bar fight. But that's not going to happen. Garand,
Wait.
you get 4 gold, 8 silver, and 4 copper. Or you
The
can
bar
say...
fight's cool.
It wouldn't end up being much. It would just ultimately be that you'd end up getting thrown out of the bar.
Never mind.
Because I wasn't going to make it into a big roleplay combat. At least not this time. Unless y'all want to pause here and come back to a bar fight.
Nah.
Nah, I'm okay.
We'll find a bar fight later. You don't get people angry at you. You do, however, lose 3 silver and 4 gold. Did I already say what you got, Garand, from your performancing?
Yep, you said it was 484, and I have adjusted everything as accordingly.
Very nice. And now, at the end of your 3 days of performances, as we come to the morning of Thursday the 27th, where we are going to end as y'all join the caravan and begin to make your way into the wilderness of moving away from the sand and toward the green pastures, making your way up at least
Into the woods.
into the woods you go. Not quite. The woods are further north. There's actually...
Towards the woods.
Yeah, there is both, to be clear, there is both swampland up here to the right, and there is forest up here to the left. There are smaller forests in the plains, but most of the plains and grasslands are plains and grasslands, with bits of forest here and there. But the dense forest is up to the left near Basalt. The dense swamp is up to the north middle.
The way is clear and the light is good.
The way is clear and the light is in fact good. As y'all begin to make your way toward Delta and then potentially Vane, depending on how long y'all decide to stay in Delta and whether or not the merchants move on without you. As I believe that has happened once before. I'm going to end it pretty much there. We'll do the final little things. Your 33 gold pieces, 55 silver, and 50 copper. Distribute. Everyone got 6 gold pieces, 11 silver, and 10 copper, which have automatically distributed to you. As you all high-five each other from your immense circusosity. Having given this city a show they won't soon forget. Both in terms of politics and in terms of comedy. You had a temporary magic petting zoo, effectively. Is there anything else to do, I wonder? Let's see. Is there anything in before next week? I'll probably ask y'all again, but is there anything y'all want to do in Vacuo before you head out?
In Vacuo?
I'm
We're
sorry,
leaving
not Vacuo. Sheer. Not Vacuo. Y'all are still in the country. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Nah. We leaving the country?
Don't lonely.
Just part of the downtime is training still with Doug. He's teaching me how to use the
spear
the
effectively.
trident spear.
Yeah. Y'all can continue doing that. You and I should probably discuss again. Wait a second. Is this supposed to be Dex or Charisma? I don't know. We'll figure it out later. But are y'all going to get another mule? Or are y'all going to leave the cart here or sell the cart to someone or something?
My vote is that we sell the cart and just ask the merchants that were.
Do we need a cart?
Yeah, so if we sell it and we have the merchants do it, then we don't have to worry about the resources of a mule or cart, and we can buy another one.
True.
Yeah, I think the whole thing was because we were in the desert and we were going to need extra stuff, whereas now we're going to be more in, like, you know, hilly type area, so I think it would be relatively easy to, like, you know, go hunting for conies, right? You know, Hobbit style, or, you know, whatever it might be.
I think it can create water and good berries as well, so your food can be taken care of for the most part.
I thought the cart was mostly for, like, us not having to walk the whole time.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was it, because we pretty much were always walking.
Because, like, wouldn't that be exhaustion if we walked the entire day?
No. You can just... Effectively, you just can't carry as much without a cart. But since y'all aren't taking the 2 barrels of water, it's not as big of a deal. Like, that was the main reason, is y'all needed water, especially early on, before you had the ability to create water pretty consistently. Which I think, Thicket, you do have the ability to create water, right? You do have that spell?
I do, yes. I can create 10 gallons in
that
one spell.
Earlier on, you didn't have a way to do that, and so you needed to have a cart and barrels of water, otherwise you were going to dehydrate and die.
Is there,
How
like...
much does each person drink a day?
In the desert, 2 gallons. In non-desert, 1 gallon.
Is there, like, a way we could get, like, an elephant to ride and then train it to be like a war elephant eventually?
Yeah. It's straight. The number for the price is in the player's handbook. Let me flip a couple pages.
What's...
Yeah? What's what?
Let me see.
An elephant costs... Interesting. Apparently in a place where you can actually get them, it costs around 200 gold pieces and can carry 1,320 pounds with a speed of 40 feet. And then you'd have to actually train it to be a war elephant. I'm surprised elephants are that cheap, to be honest.
Found it. Psychic tandem war elephant.
A tandem war elephant.
An ancient psychic tandem war elephant.
Goodness.
So, how long will it take for Jackie to mature?
What do you mean?
Like right now she's just a pup, right?
No, she's a fully grown hyena. Or no.
Oh.
Yeah, she's a hyena.
Jackal.
Jackal. She's a fully grown jackal. Yeah, jackal.
She's
Oh.
Jackie the
She's named
Jackal.
Jackie.
She's Jackie the jackal. My bad.
Get it right.
Oh, also that reminds me, Garand, I need 4 animal handling checks. Okay, so you got a total of 1 point over the 4 days. Unfortunately, you were a little distracted during some of the times, and you didn't do as well, so... No, you got 2, You passed over 10 twice, so you got 2 points. 2 training points to use at some point. Currently, she knows the techniques of guard, fetch, and track. And we can think about what ones you want to teach her later on. So y'all are selling the barrels, the cart, the mule feed, and do y'all want to keep the rations that y'all had on the mules? The mules were carrying 20 rations, 6 days of mule feed. The cart
Portable haul.
You want portable hole to be the for the rations? Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. Rations will go into your portable hole in the backpack, bringing you up to 30 rations. I will delete those.
It's like a vacuum seal bag.
Kinda, yeah, but also rations are designed not to go bad for over a year. It's hardtack and dried nuts and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually pretty well written in the handbook of stuff that would not go bad for quite some time. It's not necessarily tasty, but it's stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and click, because there's this neat little thing where in the parcel, I can click a thing and it will sell all of the items on the right side and put the money in the left side. They are gonna sell for... who's gonna do the selling? Y'all want to just sell standard or try to haggle?
I would like to assist Gambit to haggle well.
Okay, make a persuasion check, Garand.
And then can I sell or give Gambit the rapier, stiletto, and like some of this like leather to sell?
So you want to sell this stuff? Because I can put this stuff in the party sheet for the selling part.
Yeah, so it's like the weapons that I don't use, so like the
Okay.
it's basic,
So you wanted to get rid of which things?
the rapier, like basically the basic weapons.
Does anyone want a rapier?
Is it magic?
Nope.
No.
Thank you.
Okay.
Got
Rapier
it
goes in the party sheet.
While we're selling things, it's like I rapiers in the portable hole.
Okay. What else are you selling, Doug? The stiletto? You're
The-
selling the murder weapon?
Yeah. The stiletto, the basic scimitar, the short sword.
It's scimitars. I have 5 scimitars.
Wait, Garon's actually going to want to save that stiletto, if that's okay with Doug, because
Yeah.
Garon wants to honor that as like when we save the day, because didn't we? I can't remember if we fast forwarded or not, but the intent was that we would spend one of those options to resurrect the dead husband, so that they could move forward with their life. Did we do that, or was that better?
You have not done that. I know
Okay,
you
then can I
wanted
do
to
that
do it,
before we
but
leave?
no one said it. Yeah.
Can we do that
So
before we leave?
yeah,
Sorry,
we
I-
will. No,
Or we
you're
can start with
fine.
that next time or something.
We'll start with
Like-
that
like
next time because it is a little bit of a thing to do because resurrection. I am going by resurrection. That's more similar to the way, as some of the viewers may know it, similar to the way Matthew Mercer does it. Not exactly, but similar to the way that Matthew Mercer does it, where you can have people like help in the resurrection, and then it may pass or fail, and then assuming the soul wants to come back, then they can. We'll throw this stiletto into your thing. Doug, what else did you want to get rid of?
The leather.
Leather armor. Anyone want some leather armor?
Is it how different is it from some studded leather?
Studded leather is better.
Let's see.
Do you want to sell the Scorching Solarium?
No,
Good.
I think that's it.
Okay.
I think I might have 2 staffs.
Was 14 enough to give us this
No, I'm
Gambit
good.
to get advantage?
Not to get advantage, but it does give him a +1. Gambit, mark a +1 and roll persuasion.
Should I sell my regular scimitar and just the radiant scimitar? Should I keep both?
I mean, how emotionally attached is it to that regular scimitar? That's
Not at all.
No,
I imagine
Deuce
you
is-
found it somewhere.
yeah, Deuce is then.
I was so close to a 1.
Oh, how much would Mimic Goose sell for?
At the point that it's at, a couple of silver.
Did it not work?
No, it didn't roll it again.
I saw no roll.
Just for fun, I'm gonna keep the Mimic Goo.
Maybe use it for something later. Find a way
Maybe.
to use it.
That was better.
That was really good. Okay, y'all are gonna sell it
Actually,
at...
is that +1? Is that what the +1 in there? Because there
Yep.
might be 30.
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
alright.
Y'all are gonna sell it at 80% of the list price, as opposed to 50. So, good job.
Yeah.
Gambit, is there anything
Speaking
you
of
are selling?
Scams.
Anything you're selling? Hey, making a good deal is not the same as scamming someone. Okay, this song is way too aggressive for hanging out. Started chanting. I feel like that might be in the wrong playlist. Yeah, there we go. This is regular town music.
Gambit has not been entering business to
Are you selling anything, Thicket?
have access.
You selling your
I
books?
put all 6 of my scimitars in there.
Okay.
That's it.
Sounds like you're leaning a little close to the mic. To Dubsies, by the way. Are you gonna buy more training treats for Jackie, Garand?
Yeah, you can. I'll set that in the price, whatever. If I need to spend it individually, I can do that too. That way it's fine.
Okay, so here's the thing. Dog food doesn't cost much. I'm gonna knock off a couple of, like, 5 copper, and that's gonna be enough for... Boom, you're up to 10 training pieces. It's...
Perfect.
Dog food is nothing. Dog treats are extremely cheap. Unless you're gonna be, like, going out of your way to buy the super organic special stuff, which I don't assume you're going to.
No, Grom's kind of weird. We get the
He's just chilling. Is there anything you want to sell?
No, everybody's doing a great job. Everything that I have is basically stuff that you're going to use as a magic item, or that we're going to use to buff magic items or turn something into a magic item. Or
Your hermitites or your lapis and stuff like that.
Right, yeah, and we're saving that
Gemstones?
for when we get to, I guess, Basalt. So,
Less gemstones are a great way to keep money in a contained way.
also,
Alright, so I'm going to sell all of these items at 80% value. The 147 gold pieces is what it ended up coming out to for y'all. Selling the rapier for 20 gold, 2 scimitars for 32, short sword for 8, 5 more scimitars for 80, and leather for 4. I don't know why I didn't sell the buckets of water, or the barrels of water, and the cart. Oh, it's because they were assigned. Let me sell those too. Sell? Sell. Okay, you got the cart for 16, mule for 24 silver or copper, and 3 gold pieces. And now distribute. Everyone gets 33 gold pieces and 4 copper pieces. All right. And on that note, we probably could have done that post-session, but in case anyone wants to watch this ending shopping episode, they can. We're going to end the recording in just a moment and do XP, and then we are going to come back next time as the party attempts to bring back Linnea's husband, Persilith. Don't think there's anything... Is there anything else anyone wants to say to YouTube before we say goodbye to YouTube?
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for
You've been-
watching. We appreciate you.
awesome.
Have a good night, YouTube.
Bazinga.
Bazinga.